This is high school football. Hello everyone and welcome to the Suncom Media NBA Sports Game of the Week. Thursday night playoff football as we have a second round matchup between two 10-1 teams, both with a legitimate chance of winning the state title. Rison travels over 3 hours to square off against a very talented team from Wilson, Arkansas. Many consider it the best matchup so far in the 3A bracket. It's the Wildcats of Rison High School. It's the Colts of Rviercrest High. It's the Suncom Media NBA Sports Magazine High School Football Game of the Week.
But I think we're going to have a very close game, and I'm excited to watch it.
Like I said, it ought to be a classic. Randy had an opportunity to sit down with Coach Johnny Fleeman, and I think we'll take a break and then come right back with the Coaches Show. You stay right there. Playoff football here in Wilson, Arkansas.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be part of the Central team.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
Dr. Reggie Cullum is a proud supporter of the Rviercrest Colts. His office is located at 700 West Kaiser Avenue at St. Bernard's First Care in Osceola. Dr. Cullum wishes the Rviercrest Colts good luck in tonight's game.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Coaches Show. I'm joined by Johnny Fleming, the head men here at Rviercrest. Coach, you've had a great year so far, but now it gets kind of sticky. A tough opponent, which we'll talk about after the break. But let's talk about the Rviercrest Colts. Start behind center at quarterback, and you got a pretty good one.
We do. Cavante Washington, he's 3-year starter. You know, he's broken all our records, passing yardages. But he's also come on as a big runner for us here the last 3 or 4 games of the season, averaging, probably about 120 yards a game. So it's just invaluable to have a 3-year starter there.
Now, you're about 50-50 running the ball, throwing the ball. If you run the ball, what kind of backfield do you have?
Well, that's kind of what's been hurting us a little bit. It's been Cavante running the ball with a lead blocker. And we're trying to shore up somebody else that can run it. We've got 3 guys that we've been working back there to Kylan Sanders, Terry Gentry, and Lex Latham. They're all kind of getting some carries to see which one's hot at that time, and if he is, that's the one that goes.
Now, Cavante can fling the football, but he's got some fantastic targets out wide. Talk to us about your receiving core.
We feel like we have 4 weapons, any of our skill guys. You got Buda Harris that's out wide, about 6'3", catches everything that's in his area. On the other side, Kieran Morris is about 6'2". He catches everything that comes his way most of the time. And then on the inside, you got Jaden Young and Jacavian Williams, who are exceptional athletes.
All 4 of those obviously great targets. But I'm old school, Coach Fleming. It all starts up front. Talk to us about your offensive line.
Well, starting with our center, Andrew Lomack, who was a guard starting off the year, but we just couldn't find a center that could be consistent on the snaps. And Andrew moved over there, and he's done a great job. He's one of our strongest kids, and he gets the ball where it's got to go, and then he does his blocking. So we're really proud of him. You got Diesel Freeman and Nolan Williams, who are tackles out wide. They've got to protect his backside. So, we're proud of those guys for doing that because Cavante's had a great year like you're talking about. At guards, we got Janaris Brownlee. We've got Demaniel Harris, who likes to pull and hit people, and he'll stay on them when he gets there. We got some other younger guys that are in there sometimes, Jason Sissel. And we just got one guy back that's been out since about the 3rd game with a broken hand. And we feel like he's going to really help us during this playoff push is Kendrick Brooks.
Coach, I know you have rotation because you have quite a bit going both ways. We'll be right back after the break. Stay right there. You stay right there. We'll be right back to talk about Rviercrest defensively.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
At Roof Raiders, we never start with pushing a contract in your face because our first job isn't selling anything. it's protecting you in a time of need. Like supplying tarps or stopping leaks, our first duty at Roof Raiders is to help. Every mission for us starts with response and ends with unconditional satisfaction. Count on it and count on us. Roof Raiders, always on top.
Whatever might happen next, if Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
Bugmobile of Arkansas is a family-owned business serving Northeast Arkansas since 1961. Call 870-563-6811 for a free estimate on your termite and pest control. Bugmobile of Arkansas, we drive away your bugs.
Welcome back to the Coaches Show. Once again, joined by Johnny Fleming, the head man here at Rviercrest. Coach, before the break, we talked about your offense, but you have quite a few going both ways. Let's talk about the Colt defense, and let's start up front.
Okay, up on the front line, you talk about guys going both ways. Andrew Lomack plays our nose. That's why we're helping that Kendrick Brooks got back. We're hoping he can kind of spell him there some. At tackles, we got Diesel Freeman, who starts on offense. We got Damaris Harris, who starts on defense. So all three of those guys are flip-flopping. And we're looking at some other guys to get in there. Jamison Johnson to help us up front that can spell somebody. And then you go to linebacker position. And we got Nolan Williams, who starts at tackle. And then at the other side right now, we've got Damaris Faison. So there's one guy that's not having to go both ways. And I tell you what, they're coming around. Nolan's had an exceptional year this year as a senior, being a linebacker. And he's been attacking people and making plays for us, and he's going to have a great game this week because the first play they're going to run is a fullback dive. If you can't stop that, you're not going to have any success. And then it moves out to the quarterback and on out there. And then in our secondary, let's move to our ends first. At our ends, we've had Joe Lewis-Ralph, who's our backup quarterback, but he's played a great game for us there all year. And we moved Cavante to the end position to try to get a little bit bigger, but we're hoping we can kind of hold him out because he's kind of tweaked his knee just a little bit. And over there on that side, it could be DeKylan Sanders, could be Mike Faison, could be Noah Williams, could be several different people. And I also left out at tackle position, Monterius Smith is one of our other starters down there. He's a senior, and he plays hard. He was a linebacker, and we had to move him down because he just gets off the ball so quick he can help us in the backfield.
Now, secondary-wise, you have some two-way starters there as well.
Well, they're all two-way starters, it seems like. At one corner is Buda Harris, who's our outside receiver. The other corner is Kieran Morris, who's our other outside receiver. So they just kind of mirror each other to get out there. And then our safeties is Jaden Young and, let me take it back. Kieran Morris is the other safety, and Jacavian Williams is the other corner.
Okay.
So all four of those guys start on both sides of the ball.
Now, Coach, you played the Wildcats at Rison. They're pretty good. Could very easily be undefeated.
They could.
They ended up 10-1. A great team that predominantly runs the football out of the flex bone. How do you defend a running offense?
Well, it comes down to assignment football. You know, the nose and the two linebackers, they got to take care of that dive first. You know, they can't go anywhere till they're 100% sure that dive's taken care of. And the next is the quarterback. So now your defensive end has got to be there, and you got to hope that your play side linebacker, once he sees this, can squeeze over and help with your safety. And then you got the pitch man that's got to come, and that safety is the one that's got to go defend it if the cornerbacks ran off. So
it would be the true triple option.
It is.
Now, what will you do offensively to attack the Rison defense?
Well, in their conference, they see their offense all the time. Everything's tight in there and running. So we're hoping us being spread can kind of cause a little bit of problems for them.
Now, Coach, you got some phenomenal athletes, but any tricks up your sleeve as far as trick plays or anything like that for Rison?
We got all kinds of trick plays.
It ought to be an exciting game. I look forward to it. A lot of athletes on the field. That's Johnny Fleming, the head coach here at Rviercrest. You stay right there after the break. We'll have a little more pregame and then the first half kickoff.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance.
Think you have a brake problem? Do you hear a grinding or squeaking noise? Or does your steering wheel shake and shimmy when you apply the brakes? Worse, your vehicle doesn't stop when you need it to? If so, Gateway Tire will do a complete brake inspection at no charge, as in free. And if you do need brake service, you'll get $20 off per axle.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
The schools participating in this football playoff game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school boards. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this playoff game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility, which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wilson, Arkansas. Beautiful Cortez Kennedy Field here on the campus of Rviercrest High School. Coach Coleman, we got a great game, a second-round game, but it's two 10-1 teams, and Rison traveled over 3 hours, but they got a pretty good ball club.
Yeah, they really do, and it's kind of odd that you've got two 10-1 teams meeting in the second round, but you got Rison, who comes from South Arkansas, travels all the way up here on a Friday night, and you got a packed Rison crowd. Everybody's here, and they're all about their cats. Tonight you're going to see a flex bone offense.
Yes, sir.
That's going to try to control the ball. You're going to see a lot of Reeves. You got Chandler Reeves and Christian Reeves, brothers who will be carrying the ball for the most part, along with a quarterback who is a sophomore but a very talented player.
And that's Kyson Walker.
And that's Kyson Walker. And I'll be honest with you, in all the film that I've watched, he is really good when the play breaks down, whether it's a run or a pass, which they won't throw a lot. But when the play breaks down, his scrambling ability is very, very good.
Now, on the other side of it, I had the opportunity to come watch Rviercrest practice on Wednesday. Coach, they got some athletes as well.
Yes, they do. And I've seen them live a couple times this year and watched several games. We all know about Cavante Washington. He is one of the top players in the state.
Now, Coach, excuse me, I was telling you off air, I think he's a little bit more banged up than what Coach Fleming has let on. I saw him, he practiced about half the practice on Wednesday. Obviously troubled a little bit by a left knee injury.
Yeah, well, I'll take a Cavante Washington with one leg and one arm as long as it's his throwing arm. He is one outstanding player.
You can see a brace on his knee right now.
And we know about Buda Harris, who's the number one target for Cavante. I really think the world of Jaden Young. He's a junior. He's all over the field. You'll see him in the slot. You'll see him line up at quarterback. He plays in the secondary. He's on special teams. He's got 21 total touchdowns this year, 12 receiving, 6 rushing. He's got a a punt return for a touchdown. He's got an interception return for a touchdown. He is just one dynamic player that I think could be the silver bullet, especially if Rison, comes with the mindset of, hey, let's stop Buddha, let's stop Cavante, and Jaden Young could exploit him.
Well, Coach, I think Rison's game plan will be keep the Rviercrest offense on the sideline.
Yeah, and that's
ball control.
That's a great game plan, and with this offense and the flex bone, you can do that. But you've got to be good on first down.
Can't have penalties.
Yeah, if you're good on first down and you get yourself in second and short, second and manageable, then you can keep pounding the rock between the tackles, control the clock, control the ball, and you put yourself in a position to really control the game. If you don't, then you put yourself in a position where you need to do something you're not comfortable with or as comfortable with, and that's throwing the ball. And then if you get the ball back in Rviercrest's hands, it could be dangerous.
As you just saw, Rviercrest won the toss. Coach, they want the ball. So many weapons that we talked about, very explosive. What is their game plan offensively?
Well, I really enjoy watching Rviercrest's offense because they're very, very multiple. They do a lot of stuff formationally where they will line people up in different positions. We've talked about Jaden Young, but they do a real good job of throwing some tricks in there occasionally, whether it's a reverse pass or just a plain reverse. But, you're going to see people line up in positions to make plays. And that's what I really love about what Coach Fleming is doing with this team is you've got people that you have to try to stop, but you don't necessarily know exactly where they're going to line up all the time.
Exactly. And they have multiple weapons like we both talked about. Coach Fleming told me off air he wants to spread it out. He thinks Rison has not seen that in their conference, a pretty conservative conference as far as running the football predominantly.
Yeah, and I mean, Rison, has played probably two really big, tight, close games this year against McGee and against Fordyce, and they split those two. Rviercrest in the conference they're in, I mean, it's probably the top 3A conference in the state.
Well, three teams are still
in. You got Rviercrest, you got Osceola, you got Newport. Walnut Ridge is not a pushover in this conference. I think they're battle-tested and ready. I just want to see how Rison, tradition-rich, and both teams are tradition-rich. I want to see how Rison fares in the playoffs. I think it's going to be really good to see what happens when the game gets tight in the fourth quarter.
It will be, and like we said, Rviercrest won the toss. They want to put their offense on the field first. They got athletes deep. It wouldn't surprise me if they opened up with a pretty good return.
As an offensive-minded guy, I love it when, kind of the traditional approach is if you win the toss, especially in the playoffs or in a big game, let's defer. Let's get on defense first, kind of feel the game out. I love the confidence of a coach when he knows he's dynamic offensively and he wins the toss and takes the ball.
Johnny Fleming knows he needs to win behind his athletes, and he's going to put them on the field offensively initially anyway.
Yeah, I think that you're going to get, a lot of good, I've watched, Rviercrest a couple times, and, I think back to the Newport game, opening kickoff was returned for a touchdown. And
a lot of points in that game.
And a lot of points in that game, and special teams played a big factor.
Well, we're getting ready to get underway. The referee has blown the whistle, and here's opening kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Jacavion Williams. No correction. That's Sanders on the return. Pretty nice return, Coach. He gets out to the 26, 1st and 10 Colts.
Well, I know this seems minor, but I really love starting on your sideline. There's just something about when you can see the defense and you're calling plays, I think that puts the offensive coordinator in a comfortable position where he can get started this drive off in the right way.
Johnny Fleming told me those exact same words. He likes the return setup on his sideline where you can see everything and even do a little mid-play coaching.
And look at this, you start empty with a little motion, and Cavante Washington, I mean, it's just a dynamic offense.
As Washington around left end picks up a first down. Nothing fancy, just good football.
Yeah, but it's the formation put them in an advantage because you got stacked receivers who are stacked with talent out wide, and you give Cavante space.
And look at this, 4 wide to the left now, but Washington going to the right side. Airs it out. There's Buda Harris, unable to come down with a completion. 2nd down and 10.
And it's a great play call. You got a little diamond formation out here to their sideline. You put Buda one-on-one. Just a great defensive play by the Rison cornerback there.
Yeah, that's exactly what Johnny Fleming wants is one-on-one with Buda Harris just unable to come away with a big reception on that play. 2nd and 10. Washington behind center. Motion man comes around. A little reverse action and a pass. He's got him, and that is complete to Williams. A big pass by the slot receiver, Joe Lewis Ralph on the throw. A big completion all the way down in the red zone. Correction at the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 in Rison territory.
And we talked about this, a little bit prior to the kickoff. Reverse pass. Those are things that they can break out. Now you spread the Rison defense with this stacked formation out wide, and you've got some running lanes. I'd look for a run right here, probably by Cavante.
2 receivers stacked on both sides. Giving off to the running back, that's Lex Latham on the carry up the middle. A modest gain of, let's call it 3 yards. 2nd down 7 for the Colts.
Well, I like what they're doing formationally. They spread them out. They get a nice 4-yard gain. Now it's 2nd and 6. But you're in 4-down territory right here.
No doubt, and it was a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 as the ball is in the red zone at the Wildcat 19-yard line. Once again, 3 receivers this time to the top side of the field. 2 to the left now. Motion man puts 4 on the right side, but they're looking to go to a one-on-one matchup. Kerryon Morris, the intended receiver, but the ball a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, and again, you got an empty set. You got 3-by-2. You motion, the slot receiver towards the trips. So you got your one-on-one matchup that it looks like they're going to try to go at a lot tonight.
Looks like they'll take advantage of some of that athleticism like you talked about, Randy, in pregame. Washington back behind center by himself once again. Empty set. Once again, motion man. This time Harris going to the left side. Washington rolls out left, tucks it and runs. A nice gain. He'll pick up the 1st down as he gets down to the Wildcat 8-yard line.
And what a great game plan so far by Coach Fleming and staff. You motion Buda Harris that time, so he's going to take a lot of attention. Everybody stays deep, which opens up some scrambling lanes for Cavante. He gets down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line, and they're sticking with the empty.
We mentioned Washington may be a little bit banged up, but he wasn't touched till he gained 5 yards, and now he's going to walk in the end zone untouched. Great initial drive by the Rviercrest Colts.
Yeah, and I really like how they're using the motion to set up a numbers advantage. The play before, they motion the man across. Rison stays deep. Now if you stay deep, you're just giving Cavante the chance to just, like you said, just walk into the end zone.
And Coach Fleming with a great play call, like we said. A great initial possession, early score, and it looks like they'll go for 2 here, Randy. Same play. This time Washington ducks his shoulder, tries to bully his way in. Looks like he got in the end zone for a 2-point conversion, 8-0.
Yeah, and then again, they use motion to set up the lead block. Cavante this time cuts it back inside and powers his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Well, like I said, a big 8-0 early lead We'll take you to break and be right back. Stay with us here.
Southern Home Healthcare is your on-call home health care provider. Practical medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare. Solutions for your home healthcare needs.
Welcome back to Cortez Kennedy Field. Colts with an early lead, and the kickoff fielded about the 25-yard line. A good hole at the middle, and Rison will start out near midfield on the first possession, but a late flag on the kickoff, Randy.
And I, it's a great return. I think from the area the flag's coming in, it's got to be maybe a late hit by Rviercrest.
Well, that would be
face
big.
mask. So now, we talked about it some. Now Rison is going to start in the Rviercrest end of the field, so they're already in 4-down territory, and they can match that score with the score of their own.
And we'll see a very unique offense from what we saw in the first possession. They're going to run the football, but wow, what great starting field positions. They start out at the Rviercrest 38-yard line. 1st and 10, Rison.
Now you see Rison coming out in the I formation, which doesn't change anything that they do. The flex bone can easily go to the I, and
Well, it usually does with the motion. Right?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yep.
I look for a blast here, which they do. They blast to the short side of the field. A nice initial hole, but a great job of swarming to the football by the Colt defense. It's called a gain of 1, second down and 9 for Rison.
Yeah, but I don't think that Rison is going to be deterred from doing that again. Again, they're in 4-down territory, but I think you're gonna see a lot of between the tackles, and we're gonna see how Rviercrest defensive line matches up.
In their customary flex bone set, they'll send the man in motion and run the triple option. Maybe a little fullback trap that time. He ran a little tight on the dive back, but we'll see a lot of that running the football will be fullback Jeremiah Marshall.
And right now, the interior of that Rviercrest defensive line is winning the line of scrimmage.
No doubt.
So now you've got Rison in a 3rd and long situation. Let's see if they go to any sort of misdirection or maybe even a boot pass.
Well, it's definitely 4-down territory like you alluded to, Coach. They got a wide receiver to the right side there in their flex bone. Running to a wing back, try to run the sweep around the right side. But a great job by the Colt defense to stuff that play before it got started.
Yeah, just a great job, like you said, by the Rviercrest. I'm just super impressed by the defensive line right here. Brings up a big 4th down. I think you've got to see Mr. Walker out on the edge this time.
With a run-pass option.
With a run-pass option.
For the record, that's Noah Williams on the last 2 tackles for Rviercrest. Back in the I formation, it's a fake, kind of a bootleg action. He's a left-handed quarterback. But, hey, Rviercrest, once again, winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. Force a turnover on downs. All Rviercrest Colts so far.
And I think there you want to put your quarterback outside the pocket, out on the edge, where he's got the option to make the throw or run it. Right now, Rviercrest is covering. It was just a one-man route. You had the tight end run a corner route, and they had it covered. No place for the quarterback to run. Rviercrest gets the ball back. Big stop by Rviercrest, especially after Rison got such good field position.
Well, like you said, they're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage is the big thing, both offensively and defensively. Washington, is that Washington?
That is not.
I believe that's number 14. I don't even have him on the roster. Washington's in the game, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting some of the same thing. They're changing up a little formation.
This is Washington, airs it out, trying to go deep in a one-on-one matchup. Crowd definitely wants pass interference, but no flags on the play. Going to bring up a third down situation, 3rd and long for the Colts.
You know, it's been my experience that in the playoffs, they're going to let you get away with a little bit more than you normally do. The corner definitely got a little arm bar there, but not enough to deter his progress going forward, so they're not going to call that.
Randy, I actually like the no call. Let the players win this game. Trip receivers to the left. Washington takes the snap. He's looking to the left side. Now he tucks and runs, but he'll be stopped for a sack. Brings up a 4th and long situation. Obviously a punting situation for the Colts here on their second possession.
Yeah, just great coverage in the secondary. He was looking to the 3 receiver side, didn't have anything, looked to scramble. They closed up that running lane quick with a drop for a loss and a sack, and now Rviercrest has got a punt.
Rise with nobody deep in punting formation for the Colts is number 50, Nolan Williams. We've called his name defensively a couple times for Rviercrest. Still nobody deep, so if they can get off a punt, Rviercrest with an opportunity to flip the field. It is a good punt. Looks like it will have a roll.
Yeah, and that's just smart by a punter, not knowing that, or realizing that nobody's deep, so he kicks that low liner. It's going to get a little bit more roll, and just a great job by him.
Did flip the field. We got a hesitation on the field. We may have a flag, Randy. I did not see one, but it will be a motion call, so I bet Rison makes him punt it again.
Yeah, I would think so, especially, and now they're sending somebody back deep. I think what they're probably going to call in that situation, it looked like the man lined up as a tight end on the left side wasn't on the line of scrimmage, and once the ball is snapped and he's in the backfield, that's a legal motion.
All right, legal formation. What everyone says, 5 yards against the Colts. Christian Reeves, number 22, a wingback, deep now for the Wildcats in return formation for Rison. Looks like we'll have a timeout as Rviercrest does not have a player on the field. We'll leave it right here. Though, Coach Coleman, what do you see here? Obviously not a fake punt situation. Well, actually, we'll.
Guns Supermarket specializes in the groceries your family needs. Come visit us in Wilson, Arkansas and see what we have to offer. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it at Guns Supermarket.
If you have to lift, kick, catch, hit, run, pitch, cross over, try again, and again, and again, you need Way-Good. With 15 grams of protein and only 90 calories, the original protein shake on a stick was created to fuel you to victory. Find us online, or if you're ready to refuel today, shoot us an email at coach@way-good.com.
Welcome back to Wilson, Arkansas. Second round playoff matchup between Rviercrest and Rison. Rviercrest forced to punt the football again. Again, it's not fielded, and again it rolls dead at the 22-yard line of Rison. So a very effective punt once again by Rviercrest.
Yeah, and that's one of those where it was shanked a little bit, but got on the side and rolled. Really, I think the initial punt was at the 23-yard line, so they gained a yard out of it. We can clear up something. Typically, all you Rviercrest fans know that Jaden Young is number 5, and tonight he is number 14.
A little confusion on my part, so I apologize, but thanks to our crew for getting that straightened out. First and 10 there, the flex bone with the motion man. This time a little counter play, a little crossbuck action in the backfield, and a nice game for Rison on first down to stay ahead of the change.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and give them a first down. Nice 10-yard run on first down. Again, we saw in the first drive that the defensive line of Rviercrest controlled the line of scrimmage. Now they mix it up a little bit, some misdirection, get outside, and get a big 10-yard gain.
Whatever, however, it worked for Rison. They pick up a first down and 10. Once again, their flex bone. wide receiver to the right, motion man. But I think it's quarterback trap up the middle. We have a flag thrown by the umpire, which probably means we have a hold.
It's either a hold or a, some type of movement inside. But yeah, I think that's a fullback trap. We're going to see the penalty here.
Ooh, a big penalty. Face mask against Rviercrest.
And that's the second face mask on Rviercrest tonight.
Both of the 15-yard.
Yeah, and it's that's something they've got to avoid the rest of the night. You cannot give up easy first downs in a playoff game. It's going to come back to bite you.
Well, Rison started deep in their own field position, but now after the penalty, the ball at midfield. Rison on the march here on their second offensive possession. Same formation, Rison once again. Reads in motion. This time he gets the pitch. Great job, great tackle in the backfield that time. Number 7, Spencer Towery on the stop for Rviercrest.
Yeah, and they try to get Christian Reeves out on the edge there. Great job of the pursuit by Rviercrest defense to control that. The option, our man, Kyson Walker makes the pitch, but Rviercrest is right there for a 4-yard loss.
Excuse me, correction, it's Joe Lewis Ralph on the stop, and one of the great stops, second down 14 for the Wildcats. Once again, Reeves in motion, this time a little counterplay to his brother around the left end. Gain of 7, gets across midfield. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Rison Wildcats.
Yeah, and that's senior Chandler Reeves. We had sophomore Christian Reeves on the carry before. Now it's Chandler. Puts themselves in a position where if you gain half of the yardage back right here, you could go for it on 4th down.
No doubt. I still can make any positive yardage here on 3rd down to go for it on 4th down. They're going to air it out, clean it out. Quick pass in the flats, a nice screen set up. Good block, the ball's loose. On the field, and Rviercrest thinks that happened.
And you hate that for Rison because they get the first down, but unfortunately, coughs up the ball. Now Rviercrest gets the ball back on offense. But a great job by Rviercrest defense getting the ball out, stripping it as they're making the tackle. Now Rviercrest back to work on offense.
Well, turnovers, negative plays, so detrimental in playoff football. Rviercrest with their 3rd offensive possession in good field position at the Colt 41-yard line.
And I like what they're doing here. They mixed it up on the second drive with a little more bodies in the backfield and at the line of scrimmage, and now they're going back to the empty set that they marched down the field in the first possession.
Timeout Rison. I thought we had a penalty on the play, but Rison takes a timeout. Coach, what do you look for Rviercrest to do here offensively? Just keep.
Well, I think, what it looked like right there is they were going back to the formations they used on the opening drive where they went empty, used motion to be either a lead blocker in the run game or to put an extra body in the pass route. I think you're going to see that again here because it works so well. One of those things that, a good experienced coach like Coach Fleming, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're having success with something, especially as easy as it was on that first drive, let's go back to it, see what we can get going, and try to get a little separation here. Because Rison's offense is not a come from behind offense. It is a ball control. Let's grind clock away. Let's play with the lead. And I don't think that's what they want to go for. So if Rviercrest can get a score here, it's going to be big.
Washington with the direct snap, follows his fullback up to the middle. Caught again to 2nd down and 8. The ball at the Colt 43.5-yard line.
Yeah, you look up here. There's just 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the first quarter. This quarter's kind of flying by. I talked so much about Jaden Young in the first half, or in the pregame, and how I was looking for him in the first half.
Washington back, deep throw to Young. Young goes up, tries to get the ball. A little bit of contact on that play as well, but the pass incomplete with no penalty flag thrown.
You know, that's the old smash concept where you get your wide, your receiver out wide to run a little hitch or something in the flats, run your slide on the corner. They get the one-on-one matchup, and I was always thought one-on-one is open. But, right now we're back in third and long. We got 3:20 to go here in the first quarter. It's 8-0 Rviercrest, and now we got to make a conversion.
Ralph in the backfield, Washington, who rolls out to his left side. He's got a receiver, in and out of the hands. That time from Buddha Harris, and that's a big drop.
Yeah, it's a big drop, too, because Buddha's, we know he's capable of making that play. The unfortunate thing for Buddha right there is he made it hard on himself. He worked himself into an opening in the zone. If he just settles or chokes it down a little bit in that zone, it's an easy catch. Then he can make the run afterwards. He was looking to run before he caught it, which is that old trap that you fall into, and it makes it tough to make the catch.
Well, that trap is easy to fall into, but now Williams in punting formation for the Colts again. Once again, Christian Reeves deep. A nice punt. Airs it out. Reeves will let it bounce. Not the advantageous roll that it has been for the Colts. But Buddha Harris downs the ball at the Rison 28-yard line.
And right now it's almost like a boxing match. You got kind of both teams working the body a little bit. Nobody's gone for the haymaker yet, except for maybe the reverse pass on the opening possession by Rviercrest. They're kind of feeling each other out. Right now, the line of scrimmage is being won by Rviercrest, and you're always going to win a football game if you can control the line of scrimmage.
Well, the line of scrimmage is being won. The scoreboard also being won by Rviercrest. 8-0 with 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Run around left end, but once again, Rviercrest stuffs the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's kind of like a little midline action. And Steve, I know you're real familiar with the flex bone offense too. Typically, when you run that play and you fake the dive to the fullback, you want to replace where the guard was and get vertical up the field. And he tried to bounce, and he ran right into the defensive end of Rviercrest.
Once again, Rviercrest comes out in their flex bone set. Receiver split out wide left. This time just a straight handoff around left end. I believe that's Christian Reeves with a nice game on second down. He's going to be close to the sticks, pinning the referee spot.
That's just a classic. It's counter. Basically, out of any offensive formation you want to run, but they run it to the wing back with the guard and tackle pulling, and they get nice blocks on the edge. Christian Reeves gets upfield for the nice gain and first down.
And the ball's spotted at 44, which will be first down and 10 for the Wildcats here on their fourth offensive possession. Straight dive to the fullback, who struggles to get out to the 46-yard line. Nice job defensively by the Colts. To bring up second down and 7.
We talked about this before the game, Steve, you and I, about whether Rison was reading the option here. I think you were spot on that they're not reading it, because if you look at that one technique right there, he collapses on the dive, which means the quarterback's got to keep. So I think that's just a straight dive and a 2-yard gain.
This time in the I formation, left-hander holds back, throws to Doug. A very interceptable pass, but it falls short. Incomplete.
Yeah, and they had the receiver open on the wheel route, but there was just enough pressure in the quarterback's face. He couldn't get anything on it. Ended up being a wobbly pass, well underthrown. Really, the Rviercrest defender was the only person who had a shot at it. Unfortunately, he doesn't come up with the interception.
I think Walker was actually hit the backfield as he released the ball. A very interceptable ball, but the bottom line is to bring up third down and 7. Big opportunity for the Colt defense and a big play for Rison offensively. They'll run the straight blast to the weak side. A big patch there by Christian Reed. A nice stiff arm, a foot race. Buda Harris finally pushes him out of bounds, but can't get down to the Colt 15-yard line.
We've got a
flag.
We've got a flag on the play,
41-yard line.
and it's in kind of the area of maybe the receiver was holding out there on the out in the open. Yeah, and you hate it because hey, it's 3rd and 7, and they just run blast. Christian Reeves has a wide open field. He makes a nice stiff arm to get a good gain. We'll see what happens here.
Well, that's what Coach Fleming told me. When they line up in the eye, they're going to run that 90% of the time. That play, they do it effectively. But a face mask this time called against Rison. Big penalty.
Yeah, I think they call it on the stiff arm, which you rarely see that a face mask is called on a stiff arm. The only thing that I would think would cause that flag to be called is he grab it and do something with it. And it didn't look like it to me, Steve, that he did that. But, the penalty is going to help Rviercrest. Now where Rison was set up in the red zone, now they're going to be 3rd and 11. And they're going to have to do something to try to match that play and get a first down, stay on the field.
Well, it is a spot foul, or mark off from the spot of the foul, so it moves the ball back to the 43-yard line. And like you said, Coach, it's 3rd down and 11. So maybe a break for Rviercrest, see if they can take advantage of it. Oh, ball's on the ground. And he is recovered. The second fumble recovery by Rviercrest tonight. A big turnover. This time in Rison territory.
Yeah, and I know Coach Vereen's got to be super upset because you get the big explosive play on 3rd down, the previous play, you get the flag. Christian Reeves has got to be upset too because he just ran 30-plus yards for a first down and set him up in the red zone, but gets that face mask on the stiff arm and then comes back the next play and fumbles and gives it to Rviercrest. Now Rviercrest is in Rison territory. Now they've got 4 downs to work for a first down, and we'll see if they can get a little separation on the scoreboard.
To your point, Coach Coleman, I feel like if the ball's on the positive side of the field, either way it means 4 downs.
Ain't no doubt.
Once again, empty set, Buda Harris in motion, Cavante Washington throws left, throws out to Harris. Complete pass for a gain of, the ball hit the ground. So incomplete pass, bring up 10-9-10, and we have a holding call against the Colts.
Well, we may have spoke too soon. We said the officials were going to, let them play a little bit because now we've rattled off a few penalties in a row here. I do like the concept, though, that, earlier they motioned Buda across the formation and ran a wheel route deep. That was when Cavante scrambled inside the 10. This time they run him in the same motion, but run him on a hitch, and they've got it. He doesn't make the catch. Would have been nullified anyway with the penalty, but I do like the concept.
Bring him first down and 20 after the 10-yard holding penalty. Once again, Washington by himself. This time takes a direct snap, falls the lead block, but a great job by the Rison Wildcats to stuff out the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, or it's very short gain on the play. 2nd and long for the Colts.
And this is a popular trend in football right now to have lead blockers come from motion. You'll see it a lot on, Saturday. You'll see it tomorrow in all the college football games. You'll see it in the NFL. They line an H-back type player out in space, motion them in to lead block. You got that there. But Rison does a good job of sniffing the play out and getting Rviercrest only to a short gain.
You saw no action in that delay game, or not delay game, but no action on the field led to a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 8-0 Rviercrest here at the end of the first quarter.
For over 20 years, Central Dealerships has partnered with Suncom Media and NEA Sports to bring you live coverage of sporting events in Northeast Arkansas.
From heated rivalry games to conference showdowns along with playoff championship action, Central Dealerships continues to showcase the best games that NEA has to offer. Member when shopping local, Central Dealerships have played a huge role highlighting local legends. Just like Suncom Media and NEA Sports, Central Dealerships puts NEA student athletes first.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Cortez Kennedy Field. Rviercrest had a second 18 that would just win. That time Jaden Young reversed his field, Coach Coleman. Got to run the left end, but we have another marker on the field, I believe.
Yeah, and that's, you got Jaden Young, who I'm really high on. I think he's a great football player. But anytime, a player reverses field, especially that dramatically, it puts those blockers in a bad position because, they see him reverse field, they're going to start finding a white jersey to block. Sometimes it just happens to be in the back.
Well, you and I both know they call holding on every play. But when the ball's reversed like that, it increases opportunity to get that hold called against the offense. As a result of that, it will be second half a mile for the Colts here from their own 39-yard line. Washington with the snap, direct route, throws it out deep. And with that time, we do have a flag for interference. Pass was intended for number 22, Carry-on Morris, the slot back. But the 15-yard penalty will not, that's not automatic first down, is it, Coach?
Well, and if it's a holding, I think it'll just repeat the down. Yeah. Here's the one thing that I think is interesting about that.
It was a hold.
They've motioned to the three receiver side. They get the isolation one-on-one. Rison's defensive back is doing a good job. I would take that hold every time other than a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
But here's what I think people don't understand a lot of times about high school football. There's no such thing as an uncatchable pass.
Second 17, Washington snap, throws it deep out to Buddha Harris. Does a great job to position himself. Makes a great play on the football. Big play for Rviercrest.
And if I'm Coach Vereen over there, I'm losing my mind a little bit because Buddha does great, and I'm an offensive guy. I like when the receivers do this, but he basically used his arms. Even though he didn't push off, he uses his arms as leverage to block out the D-back and go up and make a play. And Coach Vereen is losing his mind.
Dr. Reggie Collins is a proud supporter of the Rviercrest Colts. His office is located at 700 West Kaiser Avenue at St. Bernard's First Care in Osceola. Dr. Collins wishes the Rviercrest Colts good luck in tonight's game.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
Back to Wilson, Arkansas. Second round matchup between the Wildcats of Rison and the Colts of Rviercrest. Rviercrest with a long completion down to the red zone. It's first down and 10 Rviercrest, the ball's at the Rison 15-yard line.
Yeah, and that was the good old, I'm going to call a timeout so I can, in air quotes, talk to the official.
He did a little yelling. This time with the direct snap, we have another flag, probably a holding call. Nobody throws the laundry. Washington stopped the line of scrimmage, but I look at it penalty to be called against the Colt offense.
And as a former coach, I would say that the timeout that Coach Vereen made was well spent because he put a little bug in their ear, and maybe that's a make-up call. I don't want to speculate what officials think. Yeah, I think it's probably something the officials kind of felt guilty about, maybe.
The bottom line is the ball's out to the 31-yard line where it's first down and 20 for Rviercrest. Twins both sides, handoff given off to number 27, but he's wrapped up in the backfield. There's Terry Gentry on the carry, but a great job on the
and that's Christian Reeves on the tackle. And so you're seeing, a lot of guys play both ways. Obviously, Chandler Reeves and Christian Reeves are two of the good players for Rison, and Christian makes a play there.
Second down long for Rviercrest. Washington gets the snap, tries to get it all as he throws incomplete over the head of Buddha Harris.
Yeah, again, it's great coverage. Really all night, other than the reverse pass, there's been nobody running wide open. Rison's playing very good in the secondary. Now it's third and long. I would look for something, if you can't get a receiver, wide open on maybe like a crossing route over the middle, throw it one-on-one to Buddha Harris and let him go up and make a play.
Quarterback draw wouldn't surprise me either here, Coach Coleman. But we'll see what Johnny Fleming has up his sleeve. Third down and 23 for the Colts. Once again, the ball at the 28-yard line. 3 wides to the right, to the near side of the field. Buddha Harris, long receiver to the top side. Washington looks wide to the right. He's got Young. A great throw, great catch. Completion good down to the 7-yard line. It won't be a first down. Brings up a very manageable distance here.
That's just the old post wheel. You got Buddha Harris on the post. Takes the top of the defense with him, and then Jaden Young on the wheel route. Nice throw and catch. Now we got a big conversion coming up here.
But 4th down and 2 is a lot better coming off a 3rd down and 23. So I'm sure Johnny Fleming likes this. He'll take a timeout to talk about this big 4th down play.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
Welcome back to Wilson, Arkansas. Second round matchup between the Wildcats of Rison, the Colts of Rviercrest. The Colts have the ball in the red zone, but it's 4th down and 2. A big play here on both sides of the football.
Hey, and I apologize to all the fans out there. I think we pulled the old announcer jinx where, somebody's at the free throw line and they've made 10 in a row, and you mentioned it. He's going to miss one. We said they're going to let him play, and now there's a flag every other play. So
a lot of laundry, but they've been pretty legitimate flags. Empty backfield set for Washington. He tries to draw him off sides, actually, with the hard count out, take the direct snap, finds a crease, and he'll get in the end zone. Second score of the night for the Rviercrest Colts.
Yeah, I'm a little confused by Rison's defense right there. They motion Joe Lewis Ralph, who's a guy that will be kind of the tight end or a running back at times. He has been the lead blocker on several plays, they motion him to see if they'll draw sides, but then he stays on the left. Rison kept 2 linebackers on the opposite side of the field and just left it wide open. And then Cavante made a good cutback and got in the end zone.
Big play right now. It's 14-0. Rviercrest will line up to go for it for 2 again. 2-point conversion. Twin receivers to both sides. Have Ralph on the right hip of Washington. Young in motion. Washington looks for him and find him. Nice little catch. Easy 2-point conversion.
Nice little pick play.
It seems like our Roof Raider trucks are everywhere.
Well, we kind of are.
At Roof Raiders, we're always helping our customers and our community. We're always on call, always on move, always on top.
Guns Supermarket specializes in groceries your family needs. Come visit us in Wilson, Arkansas and see what we have to offer. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it at Guns Supermarket.
Welcome back to Cortez Kennedy Stadium. Rviercrest with the second score of the night. Nice lead here on a drive aided by penalty. But they kick off and a nice return.
Yeah, that's Christian Reeves right there on the return. Makes a nice little move. Makes a couple people miss and gets up to the 44-yard line. Hey, Steve, on that 2-point conversion play.
Buttonfield, Arkansas is a family-owned business serving Northeast Arkansas since
Those two guys running these slants are basically just running their guys off. They run, Jaden Young in motion. He's wide open for the 2-point conversion. Accidentally, that's right, accidentally.
Rison comes out of there. Ice set. Once again, they predominantly run the blast out of this. This is unbalanced to the right side. Walker under center. It is a blast to Christian Reeves. A nice hole. A nice move there in the open field. He gets the ball inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for Rison in Colt territory.
And, they've ran that play 3 or 4 times now. Other than the first play of the game, that has been a big play for them. I would expect Coach Vereen to kind of live on that for a little while.
Well, the thing about it, Coach Fleming knows it's coming. He said when they're in that set, they're going to run the blast. But right now, Rison back in their customary flex bone offensive set. Reeves in motion. Hand off to the fullback. A nice hole there initially. He does a great job to drag a couple of tacklers with him. A nice job to stay ahead of the change and pick up a 6.
Yeah, and that's the fullback trap that they've ran a couple times before. This time, a lot more success with it. One thing I wonder if they could do out of that flex bone is motion the man to the tailback position and then run blast off of that. We'll see if they've got that in their bag.
This time a little reverse to the far side wing back. Does a nice job of sealing off the left side of the end, being the Rison offensive line. Pick up of a first down. The ball at the Rviercrest 28-yard line.
That's one thing you like about the flex bone, especially in high school when you got people going multiple directions. You got high school kids trying to keep up with that. It is a good offensive play.
Well, here's the fake bone unbalanced right. Once again, fake to the fullback. Quarterback Walker follows the fullback into the A gap. A nice game on the play. Pick up a 5, second down and 5 for Rison.
And we talked about that a little while ago when you fake to the fullback and keep it on that midline action. The way I've always been taught is the quarterback's keeping that B gap to A gap. This time he keeps it in the A gap and gets a good game. Where earlier he tried to bounce it and there was nothing there.
Unbalanced right again. Reeves in the slide motion. Got a little trap action but it's given off to Reeves around the right end. Once again, he'll be close. I don't think Coach Coleman has the first down.
No, a little short, but you got 2 downs to make 2 feet. So Rison's got to be feeling really good about this. This is one of those downs that you could take a shot to the end zone, know that you're going to go for it on 4th.
And well ahead of the change after 2 positive plays on 1st and 2nd down. They're in that line. Here comes a blast of Reeves. A big hole. A nice shoestring tackle by Buda Harris. Probably saved the touchdown.
Definitely saved a touchdown there. Christian Reeves is he's making a lot of money tonight off of that blast, and I would say you're going to see a lot more of it. But be aware, especially if things stay in this game, of some sort of play action boot off of that.
Well, they're in the I formation with Reeves at tailback once again, and they're running the blast with him. Kind of an awkward handoff by Walker. He does get the ball in Reeves' stomach, but a loss on the play. Nice job by the interior defensive line of Rviercrest.
Yeah, Emmanuel Harris that time just got enough penetration in there, even though he was losing his feet. Trips up Christian Reeves in the backfield, and now you got 2nd goal from the 8-yard line.
We should know Rison was a very capable kicker, so they're definitely in field goal range here at the Rviercrest 8-yard line. Go back to the play phone set. He's at the older Reeves 32. Shannon Reeves on the right end and gets in the end zone.
Yeah, and that's that little motion with the counter back the other way. They get in the end zone. Now, even though you've got a great kicker, you've got to go for 2 to try to cut it back to a 1-possession ball game.
Exactly right, yeah. Rviercrest is going to go for 2, and if it has success, Rison in turn will have to do the same thing. The receiver goes out far to the right. They'll be in their flex bone look. Walker under center. Full right, and this time Reeves on the handoff around right end. I don't think he got in, Coach.
No, he did not get in there. Great job by Rviercrest defense shutting them down on that.
And we'll take a break right here. Rison answers, but 16-6, Rviercrest.
Beal of Arkansas is a family-owned business serving Northeast Arkansas since 1961. Call 870-563-6811 for a free estimate on your termite and pest control. Beal of Arkansas, we drive away your bugs.
Whatever might happen next, if Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
Welcome back to Rviercrest. Wilson, Arkansas, taking on a matchup between the Rison Wildcats and the Rviercrest Colts. Coach Coleman, Rviercrest finally with an answer, putting points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Rison had to get some points there because, they get down 3 scores and that might be out of reach. So now they've got it, they've got 6 minutes and 26 seconds left in the half. They've cut it to 10. This is a big possession because if they get the stop here, get another possession before the half, they'll get the ball to start the second half, and now you can make a little bit of a comeback.
And counter to that, it would be a big possession for Rviercrest to put more points on the board as well.
No doubt.
All sides on the kickoff will have a marker thrown on the far side of the field. Will mark the ball back at the 35. So Rison will kick off again, but this time from their own 35.
Sometimes guys get a little excited. They want to get down there and make a tackle, and they get offside. Yeah.
Well, we got Young and Buda Harris deep, so.
I know one thing. It's
I would have a sense of urgency myself.
You may want to pooch that thing a little short because those 2 guys are dangerous back there.
I'm not so sure getting out of bounds would be a bad option here. give them the ball at the 35. But you make them kick it again, Coach. And that's a pooch kick. Fair call. I thought it was a fair call, but fielded by number 27.
And Steve, I'm pretty sure there was a fair catch signal there, and if you attempt to run it after a fair catch, should have been a penalty, but
as Gentry on the return. But the end result is the ball's in Rison territory, so great starting field position for Rviercrest. Here once again, 6:22 left on the second quarter clock.
Now this time where we've seen, Rviercrest come out with formations with Joe Louis Ralph in it where he motions. Now we've got 5 just straight receivers right here.
Empty backfield, Washington behind center. Now there's a motion man. Going to get the handoff. Once again, that's number 4. Getting around left end to Keon Williams on the carry for Rviercrest. Positive gain. And I was kind of thinking Rviercrest may be a little bit more conservative to run some of the second quarter clock.
Yeah, and that's a good call by you. Right there, Rison does a good job. Defensive end does a good job of getting enough push up the field to make him bounce a little bit more where the pursuit can get there.
I'll take 3 yards on every play, though, Coach Coleman. 3 yards is all it does. This time option look and close out to the pitch man on the pitch is Sanders trying to get it around right end.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a hold right here.
I think you're right.
They got a loss of yardage there. It's going to force Coach Vereen to make a decision right here if he wants to put them third down or move them back. Looks like he's going to move them back.
Well, it's hard to negate a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, especially one that would put them, on the other side of the field, which might lead to a punt if your defense bows up right here.
It's going to bring up second down and about 17 for Rviercrest.
Yeah, and we got 5:40 to go here in the second quarter.
Clock stopped after the penalty. Once again, shotgun formation. 2 wides both sides. Washington looks deep for Buddha Harris. Boy, there was a lot of contact on both sides.
Yep.
But the ball falls incomplete.
Yeah, Buddha had some jersey of the defensive player right there. But, he's great in coverage, gets his hand up late, knocks the ball away. Now we got 3rd and long.
I don't blame Washington. I'll take a one-on-one with Buddha Harris. Referees let them play at times, but at that time, no flag.
Well, you heard me say earlier, I've always told my players one-on-one is open.
Because when your one-on-one is down to the Adams, you got a pretty good chance.
1-on-2 is open then.
Washington with a great pass out of the flats. Nice save by Sanders. Who gets pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and that will be a Colt first down.
Yeah, and that, coming out of the backfield, running that little short rail route, that's a tough play to defend because typically you got to have a linebacker run with them, and I don't think any of Rison's linebackers are going to be able to run.
The ball was perfectly thrown by
Perfectly thrown.
Once again, Sanders caught it in stride after the 35-yard line, so it'll be first down and 10 for the Colts here in Rison territory. Washington back to pass. He's looking to go deep.
Yeah, I think Devontae wants that throw back. He left it a little bit too close to the near hash.
But it was well covered, triple coverage back there against Kerryon Morris.
If he gets that a little bit more towards the upright, then we've got a touchdown. But, you see Rison playing a little bit of like a split field coverage. It looks like they're playing cover 4 to the multiple receiver formation, and then you're manned up on the backside.
This time 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Washington looking to go left. Rolls left, Fonte wide open. Jaden Young going across the middle. Touchdown, Rviercrest.
And I'm glad that Jaden Young is finally, making my prediction come true. And that is it's a great play call. They put the formation into the boundary. They sprint away from it. He runs the low drag route, and he's wide open. He just outruns them to the pylon.
Big score for Rviercrest. They go up 22-6, pitting the 2-point conversion.
Southern Home Healthcare is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you'll
That's petty right there. We're back. Rviercrest tries a 2-point conversion. They're unsuccessful. Coach Coleman had a late flag, probably a personal foul at the end of the play.
Yeah, no, the 2-point conversion was good. They called it good.
Okay.
And it's the similar play they ran earlier where the guys running slants are kind of the pickers, and the motion man runs to the flats. That time they overplay, and on that play you teach those guys, if your defender slides off with the out route, just sit in the open area. That time he just sat right there. Cavante found him just enough for a 2-point conversion. But yeah, we're going to have a big penalty right here.
Well, actually, it's offsetting penalties. Personal foul called against both sides, so the penalties will both be negated. Now, that is a personal foul on one player from each team. If they get a second one, they're ejected. But the penalties will actually negate each other. The 2-point conversion good. So 24-6 here with 4:46 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, I thought they might have got that late shove. Normally it's the guy reacting, the one that gets called, but
you don't know what was said. There might have been some language down there. Coach Coleman had him talk about straight on kicker for Rviercrest. That's old school.
I like it.
That's back in my day. This time kind of a squib kick. Filled by Christian Reeves at 25. He weaves it in and out, but gets brought down as he crosses the 30. It'll be first down and 10 Rison at the Wildcat 32-yard line.
yeah, and just a great job there, just catching the ball. I mean, I think it hit off one player, and then Christian Reeves finally caught it and made something out of it.
Does get out to the 33-yard line where Rison has first down and 10 with 4:37 left to go on the first half clock.
And this is a big possession. You really need points here and then get the ball to start second half.
Rviercrest trying all they can do to get the ball back in their possession to put more points on the board. Very dangerous pass. Kind of floated out trying to set up a screen here on the near side.
Yeah, they ran that play earlier. The only other time I think they went in the gun when they had the fumble, on their, I think, second possession of the game. Clock stops with 4:33 to go here in the first half.
Which is a big factor for both sides.
Definitely.
Rison comes out of that ice there, which they predominantly run the blast out of. Walker in the center. It is Christian Reeves on the handoff. But a great job to stuff it by the Rviercrest defense.
And that's Joe Lewis Ralph right there to make the stop from the defensive end position.
In the backfield, lost on the play for Rison.
Be interesting to see what Rison does here. If they, the last time they had a 3rd and long.
They ran the blast.
Earlier they ran the little boot pass, and there was no running lanes for Mr. Walker. I don't know that if they try that again.
Well, the clock now under 4 minutes, so it is a factor once again for both Rison and Rviercrest. They come out in the I set. Reads the tailback, fakes to him, a little bootleg action. Walker left-handed, but he's brought down in the backfield. Big play that time by big lineman. Give credit where credit's due. That's number 58, who I don't have on the roster.
56 there on the tackle.
Well, then we'll give credit to Andrew Lomack. Great job playing from his defensive line position. Sure, they're not going for it here on 4th and 7.
No, I think they're punting the football. It's just when you got a left-handed quarterback, they boot left. That time Rviercrest is there again. No running lanes.
Young deep for the Colts. He'll get a chance to fill the ball at the high punt. Young gets it at the 39-yard line, makes a move left, cuts back to his right, big patch of daylight, still on his feet, gets the ball across the positive 40, across the positive 35-yard line. So Coach Coleman, Rviercrest with great starting field position with 2:41 on the second quarter clock.
Yeah, I think you'll see them try to run all this clock out. So I don't think you'll see a shot to the end zone here on first or second down. I think you'll try to see. They will take a score, but I think they'll try to run as much clock as they can.
Once again, empty set, Washington gets the snap. Fakes a handoff, trying to go one-on-one, Buddha Harris. Great throw, great catch. Touchdown, Rviercrest.
And we got a penalty in the backfield.
Going to be a hold against Rviercrest. Much to the chagrin of the Colt faithful.
Yeah, and here I'm saying they're not going to take a shot. First play, they go deep and complete it, but we got a hold in the backfield.
Well, that hurts, but as far as the clock advantage, that could be the Rviercrest's advantage.
Yeah, and right now, Buddha Harris is showing why he is a highly recruited young man. And
well covered.
Well covered.
Football. Washington back deep, this time rolls left. All kinds of time, but the pocket finally collapses. And Washington brought down in the back.
Well, you're going to get a hold. Jaden Young was running a crossing route right here like they did earlier, and the linebacker just tackled him. So they're going to call a defensive hold right there on the 35-yard line, which should put Rviercrest close to a first down.
We'll see what the result of the penalty is, but it's definitely against Rison. Be a holding. You called it. Great call, Coach Coleman. I was looking in the backfield. You were looking at the route.
Well, that's what teamwork's all about. And we'll see if the mark-off gives them a first down or not.
Is that a spot foul? It is.
It should be a spot foul, so it's going to be very close to a first down.
No, it's from the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
The ball's going to be at the 35. We'll put you right back at the initial line of scrimmage, so it'll be first down and 10 for Rviercrest.
So all that just happened on those last two plays
meant nothing. A lot of talk, little action. Washington gets the snap this time. A quick pass out on the flats to Young. Makes a great move. He's still on his feet. Gets down to the 2-yard line. Great throwing catch. And a great job running after the catch.
And Steve, you know this about me. I love that. They're in shotgun 2x2. It's really inside zone with an option. And now your pitch man is the guy running a bubble. They got nobody on him. He throws it out there and makes a big gain.
Great play design by Coach Johnny Fleming. This time Washington gets the snap. He stops short of the goal line. It'll be second down and goal.
And that's one of those plays where you're like, I don't like negative plays in the red zone, but now the clock's still running. It's probably not a bad thing. Your second goal from the 1. You got 1:45 with it running. Now you can take your time.
They obviously take their time here.
You can take your time and try to punch it in the end zone and leave Rison no time left
20 seconds on the game play clock, excuse me. I knew this is shot clock. We're not in basketball season.
Well, with some of these athletes out there, the way they're throwing it, seems like shot clock.
This time Washington gets in the end zone easily. Great snap to Devontae Washington. Big touchdown. This game could get ugly in a hurry, Coach Coleman.
Yeah, this is not what Rison wanted. And I know Coach Vereen, and he's a very competitive man. And I know that he's going to probably be harping on, the penalty that came from the stiff arm earlier when it was still 8-0. They got down in the red zone, but didn't get anything out of it. Now, you're looking to go up 4 scores here late in the first half.
This time on reverse action, we have a flag on the play. He'll get in the end zone with Jaden Young, but let's see what the penalty is.
I don't know if everybody was set. Yep. You got a legal shift.
Rviercrest. So we'll do it again, this time from the 7.
Now it looks like they're bringing out the kicker. Great play design. That's the Philly special that the Eagles ran in the Super Bowl. Just a little different flavor on it, where they run the reverse. Quarterback's running into the flats. You're going to try to hit him.
We take to Philadelphia. It did hit.
Yep. So they defended it well. Jaden got in the end zone, but we had the penalty. So now we're going to attempt the extra point from the 15.
Hunter Ellis. Once again, Ralph does it all. He's a holder, gets the ball down, kick up, and hits it upright. No good. Coach, we're going to take it to a break real fast. 36 Rviercrest.
Southern Home Healthcare is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare. Solutions for your home healthcare needs.
Automobile of Arkansas is a family-owned business serving Northeast Arkansas since 1961. Call 870-563-6811 for a free estimate on your termite and pest control. Automobile of Arkansas, we drive away your bugs.
Welcome back to Wilson, Arkansas. Coach Coleman, a big score by Rviercrest with 1:16 left to go in the first half.
Very big. And now you leave Rison with an offense that's not made for this situation with a little amount of time.
No, I don't think it was a designed onside kick. But did it go
we're gonna have to see how they mark this. I don't see a flag. There would have been a flag if there was illegal touching. Now we get the flag.
Yeah. They had to think about it and talk about it.
So that'll give Rison the ball at the 50. And, now you got a little bit of a shot to make a play at the end zone.
Yeah, the ball just on the Rviercrest side of the 50, so that means it was touched illegally by a Colt. Well, I thought Rviercrest had a great play with an opportunity to put the mercy rule in effect here at halftime.
Yeah, no doubt.
Actually, they would it'll take 2 scores to get the mercy rule invoked. Like you mentioned, Rison's not with a very fast striking offense. They come out unbalanced look. And it is a blast to Christian Reeves, who does get around the right end. A good job of running the football, 80 yards after contact, carry good all the way down to
and gets it out of bounds.
And clock stopped.
Yeah, great job of running through that last tackle to get out of bounds by Christian Reeves. Now you're sitting there at the 27-yard line with 1:08. You don't have any panic left. You got a timeout left. Clock's going to stop on first downs.
Boy, this time Rviercrest does a great job to set the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
they agrees on the try on the reverse, but great job by Rviercrest.
Yeah, now you're not really panicked. You've still got 47 seconds left. You got a timeout left. This down is huge because if you don't get a good gain on this one, now you're looking at I got to throw it towards the end zone.
They try Christian Reeves on the reverse. He does a great job to pick up positive yards.
Now you got
have first down. The clock will continue to run, but the timeout looks like we'll be taken by Rison. We'll take a break as well. Come back and join us late in the second quarter. We've been told we'll leave it here. What's your play call here, Coach Coleman?
Well, I think on the sideline you got to be telling them two plays. You got to be telling them a play to get the first down because the clock is going to stop. And then you got to tell them the play that you're going to run as soon as that is over because you need to get back on the line of scrimmage and get a snap so you can possibly get two more plays after that. You'd like to get the first down in 3 plays. If you don't get the first down, now you've got to get a play call or the clock's running and you're only going to have about time for one play after that.
For the record, that was Rison's last time out of the first half. Hey, stay with us a half. Hunter Robinson, the head basketball coach here at Rviercrest. I had an opportunity to sit down and visit with him about the Rviercrest basketball team. A lot of them on the field right now for the Colts football team, but a big 3rd and 1. It is a blast to Christian Reeves. He'll have the first down. Carry it down to the 25. They'll stop it temporarily to move the sticks.
Now they're going to have to get on the ball.
Because they'll crank it right now. The clock's running at 15 seconds.
All right, and they did a good job spiking it there. Now, if you take shots to the end zone, you have 2 for sure. You might have the possibility of 3. You could take 2 shots to the end zone and go for a field goal. But I do not think that a field goal is going to keep them in this ball game.
No, it's been all Rviercrest, obviously, here in the first half. Looking for them to throw the ball here, which they haven't done a whole lot tonight, Coach. Rviercrest will take a timeout. So we'll leave it right here and talk about, so what's your play call offensively? What kind of route will you try to run to get the ball in the end zone if you're Rison?
Well, I'm probably a little bit different than a lot of people. I think you got the ball on your hash. Okay, you're going to do one of 2 things. One, I would put the formation heavy to the field and run some kind of one-on-one to your sideline where you give your guy a chance for a jump ball. If you go formation heavy to your sideline, I think you boot and run something back to the field where you have multiple receivers. Earlier tonight, so far, they've booted to his left because he's a left-handed quarterback, but only had 1 receiver in the route. I think you got to have multiple receivers, and you got to tell the quarterback if it's not there, throw it away quick.
He can't get tackled.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of the run pass option, but that's not an option right here because of the clock.
So you got twins to your sideline. I think you've got to run something back toward the middle of the field, and it's got to be a pass.
Well, here come the linebackers of Rviercrest. Walker bowling to his right, those are incomplete. Circle it will be 3rd down here, 3rd and 10 from the Colt 13-yard line.
So really from this spot, you got to take another shot to the end zone, obviously. And then if you don't get it, I think you got to kick it here. If if you got some time left and you got a good kicker. So, I think they've got that in their favor.
Rison comes out in the I formation. Walker doesn't play action, but it doesn't mean anything. He's still weaving and wobbling. Intercepted by Rviercrest right at the goal line. He was in the end zone, so
we got
0 flags on the play. There is a flag on the play. Johnny Fleming wanted to know what it is, just like we are. It's a holding against.
He's going to decline and go that.
He declined. So right now at halftime, 36 Rviercrest. We'll take a break and come right back with my halftime guest. Stay right there.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance.
Think you have a brake problem? Do you hear a grinding or squeaking noise? Or does your steering wheel shake and shimmy when you apply the brakes? Worse, your vehicle doesn't stop when you need it to? If so, Gateway Tire will do a complete brake inspection at no charge, as in free. And if you do need brake service, you'll get $20 off per axle.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be part of the Central team.
For over 20 years, Central Dealerships has partnered with Suncom Media and NEA Sports to bring you live coverage of sporting events in Northeast Arkansas.
From heated rivalry games to conference showdowns along with playoff championship action, Central Dealerships continues to showcase the best games that NEA has to offer. Remember when shopping local, Central Dealerships have played a huge role highlighting local players. Just like Suncom Media and NEA Sports, Central Dealerships puts NEA student athletes first.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
At Roof Raiders, we never start with pushing a contract in your face. Because our first job isn't selling anything. It's protecting you in time of need. Like supplying tarps or stopping leaks. Our first duty at Roof Raiders is to help. Every mission for us starts with response and ends with unconditional satisfaction. Count on it and count on us. Roof Raiders, always on top.
Southern Home Healthcare is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare, solutions for your home healthcare needs.
Whatever might happen next. If Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
It seems like our Roof Raider trucks are everywhere.
Well, we kind of are.
At Roof Raiders, we're always helping our customers and our community. We're always on call, always on the move, always on top.
Of Arkansas is a family-owned business serving Northeast Arkansas since 1961. Call 870-563-6811 for a free estimate on your termite and pest control. Bugmobile of Arkansas, we drive away your bugs. Guns Supermarket specializes in the groceries your family needs. Come visit us in Wilson, Arkansas and see what we have to offer. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it at Guns Supermarket. Dr. Reggie Cullum is a proud supporter of the Rviercrest Colts. His office is located at 700 West Kaiser Avenue at St. Bernard's First Care in Osceola. Dr. Cullum wishes the Rviercrest Colts good luck in tonight's game.
Welcome to halftime. Great guest today, the head basketball coach here at Rviercrest, Hunter Robinson. Coach, you have a unique situation because you may be the biggest Rviercrest Colt football fan there is. I know you have a lot on the field right now that will help you in basketball, but talk to us about your year so far.
I appreciate y'all having me on here, and I'm just one of many fans here for Rviercrest football. Have a lot of players out there. One, the receiver, Buda Harris, really good football player. He's getting a ton of interest from colleges around in football. Even the Razorbacks are even showing interest in him, and he's just having a phenomenal year out there.
But he's not the only one.
No, I got Jaden Young, who's also having an awesome year out there, and he's getting a ton of interest from
now both those
colleges.
Are juniors, aren't they?
Yes, they're both juniors, and I believe they're both playing on both sides of the ball right now for us in football, and just having a phenomenal season.
Now you got more Kavonte Washington.
Yeah, I mean the list can keep going, and Kavonte's just doing Kavonte things, and just another great year he's having, and He's also playing on both sides of the ball now, and they're just really coming together like they always do with the leadership of Coach Fleming, who's just, amazing coach. And with the 7 years that I've been here, and, he's really helped me on the court too. And just seeing how they win out there year to year, helps me too. And I learned a lot of stuff from those guys out there.
Well, I'm all about multi-sport athletes, but right now you're doing it without your football players. Not the best start in the world, but talk to us about some of you that have right now that aren't playing football.
Right now, I've seen some really good things. I might have one starter with me now. Both teams that we played Gosnell here. They had pretty much their whole team when we played them, and like I said, I had one and a lot of role players just seeing if they could play, and they beat us by about 20, but I've seen some good things, and that's not bad when a lot of my guys are out here. And we went to win and lost by 4. Went somewhere today and beat Heber Springs. So I mean, there's some bright things happening for us right now.
And the future looks real bright for you. We'll be back to talk about the 4A3 conference and your upcoming schedule. Stay right there, and you stay right there. We'll be right back with Hunter Robinson right after these words. Welcome back. I'm joined by Hunter Robinson, the head basketball coach. Coach, before the break, we talked about your players that are on the football field right now. Once you get them back, you're one of the favorites, not only in the 3A3, but at the state level. But talk to us about the 3A3 conference and where y'all fit in those projections.
It changed up a bit this past year when they realigned the stuff, and we have Hawks and Walnut Ridge coming and join us, and they're two well-coached teams, and then you got the Osceola and Manila Mississippi rivals that's in the conference also, who's going to be extremely talented, and then you add Newport to the mix too. You got Harrisburg, so every night it's going to be a test when we go out there and play, and we just hope to get better each night and get prepared for postseason play.
Obviously, you want to make a run. You start out with the goal of state champion, or do you even worry about that far in advance?
Well, we're going to start talking about it every day when we get everybody after we win the state championship in football. We're going to start, talking about it, because that's what we do here at Rviercrest. And I think it's, state championship or bust. I hate to say that, but that's the mindset that all the coaches have here, and that's what's so great about it here at Rviercrest.
But it starts with the non-conference schedule. Talk to us about that. And we have y'all one game. We'll be here in January for the Manila game.
Well, we start off conference play with Hoxie. That's our first conference game, and I believe the second one, I don't look that far down the line, we go to Newport. So that's how we start off conference play with Hoxie and Newport. And like I said, we'll just take one game at a time.
Well, it's good stuff. Coach, I appreciate your effort. Like I said, I'm a big fan of multi-sport athletes, and I know you are as well. That's Hunter Robinson, the head basketball coach here at Rviercrest. We'll be right back with a little more halftime through the second half kickoff, so you stay right there.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance.
Think you have a brake problem? Do you hear a grinding or squeaking noise? Or does your steering wheel shake and shimmy when you apply the brakes? Worse, your vehicle doesn't stop when you need it to? If so, Gateway Tire will do a complete brake inspection at no charge, as in free. And if you do need brake service, you'll get $20 off per axle.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be part of the Central team.
For over 20 years, Central Dealerships has partnered with Suncom Media and NEA Sports to bring you live coverage of sporting events in Northeast Arkansas.
From heated rivalry games to conference showdowns along with playoff championship action, Central Dealerships continues to showcase the best games that NEA has to offer. Remember when shopping local, Central Dealerships have played a huge role highlighting local players. Just like Suncom Media and NEA Sports, Central Dealerships puts NEA student athletes first.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
At Roof Raiders, we never start with pushing a contract in your face. Because our first job isn't selling anything. It's protecting you in a time of need. Like supplying tarps or stopping leaks. Our first duty at Roof Raiders is to help. Every mission for us starts with response and ends with unconditional satisfaction. Count on it and count on us. Roof Raiders, always on top.
Southern Home Healthcare is your on-call home health care provider. Practically any home medical supply or service you need, you will find at Southern Home Healthcare. They feature home oxygen, walkers, wheelchairs, CPAP machines, braces, and more. And if you can't come to them, they'll come to you. On call 24 hours a day, 932-0990, 2925 South Caraway Road. Southern Home Healthcare, solutions for your home healthcare needs.
Whatever might happen next. If Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
It seems like our Roof Raider trucks are everywhere.
Well, we kind of are.
At Roof Raiders, we're always helping our customers and our community. We're always on call, always on the move, always on top.
Mobile of Arkansas is a family-owned business serving Northeast Arkansas since 1961. Call 870-563-6811 for a free estimate on your termite and pest control. Bug Mobile of Arkansas, we drive away your bugs. Gun Supermarket specializes in the groceries your family needs. Come visit us in Wilson, Arkansas and see what we have to offer. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it at Gun Supermarket. Dr. Reggie Cullum is a proud supporter of the Rviercrest Colts. His office is located at 700 West Kaiser Avenue at St. Bernard's First Care in Osceola. Dr. Cullum wishes the Rviercrest Colts good luck in tonight's game.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance.
Think you have a brake problem? Do you hear a grinding or squeaking noise? Or does your steering wheel shake and shimmy when you apply the brakes? Worse, your vehicle doesn't stop when you need it to? If so, Gateway Tire will do a complete brake inspection at no charge, as in free. And if you do need brake service, you'll get $20 off per axle.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
If you have to lift, kick, catch, hit, run, pitch, cross over, try again, and again, and again, you need Way Good. With 15 grams of protein and only 90 calories, the original protein shake on a stick was created to fuel you to victory. Find us online, or if you're ready to refuel today, shoot us an email at coach@way-good.com.
For over 20 years, Central Dealerships has partnered with Suncom Media and NEA Sports to bring you live coverage of sporting events in Northeast Arkansas.
From heated rivalry games to conference showdowns along with playoff championship action, Central Dealerships continues to showcase the best games that NEA has to offer. Remember, when shopping local, Central Dealerships have played a huge role highlighting local players. Just like Suncom Media and NEA Sports, Central Dealerships puts NEA student athletes first.
And we are back here live at the Tez. Rviercrest Colts leading Rison here at halftime, 30-6, Randy. And you and Steve did a phenomenal job calling that first half. I'm going to step in for Steve Clayton. He's going to go hang out on the field. And we're going to call this second half of action. But at the end of the day, you know, Rviercrest had some big plays. And ultimately it just dominated that first half.
Yeah, they really did. I really think momentum really shifted midway through the first quarter when Rison broke an explosive run for about 30 yards, got inside the red zone, but Christian Reeves was called for a face mask when he stiff-armed. And that pushed them back, kept them out of the end zone. Then Rviercrest scored again. You know, Rison's offense is not built to come back.
Right.
It is built to control the ball. You know, let's play keep away, let's score, and then, you know, we can use the clock as, you know, an opponent for the team as well as us. And they just did not get that. Too many explosive plays by Buda Harris and Jaden Young, and Kevontae Washington being Kevontae Washington, and now Rison's, you know, in a hole. Fortunately for them, they do get the ball to start the half. They've got to get points out of it if they have any chance at all.
So, and you mentioned that Rison's not a team that, you know, they run the football. And when you're behind like this, you're going to have to do some things that probably aren't typically in, you know, your arsenal. How do you, as a coach, how do you prep and plan for that for a second half?
Well, you know, I don't know that you have a plan, but a lot of times, you know, high school kids are resilient, and a lot of times, you know, desperation can cause, you know, a lot of things to happen. And let's be honest, Rison really is in a desperate situation right now because they have to have points, and you know, that's the only way they're going to get back in this game, and it's got to happen now. It cannot, you know, drag on, because the more that clock ticks, you know, the more the advantage goes to Rviercrest. And if Rviercrest keeps going like they're going on offense, two more scores, and the clock's going to be running.
That's obviously the other factor in the situation is, you know, one thing Rison's got going for them right now, they're going to receive the kick here, so they need the points. But you're right. Rviercrest puts points on the board a couple more times. This ball game is without a doubt over. Well, it's an onside kick, and I don't think it went the distance, but they do recover, but there's the flag. And interesting call there to start the second half.
Yeah, you know, they tried it right before the half as well. You know, part of it may be I want to keep it out of Christian Reeves' hands because he's shown that he can be explosive. But, you know, the other part of that is now you have Rison great field position at the 40 going in, and we just talked about they have to score here, and now you've set them up to do that. But Rviercrest has dominated the line of scrimmage all night long, and let's see if they can keep doing it.
All right, here we go. Rison with the football at the 40-yard line. Going to go handoff to the running back who's got a hole. He's going to be slung forward on a horse collar tackle. It looks like, as you see the flag fly, that should be an automatic first down.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, that's one of those penalties that you don't like, but it may save a touchdown because Christian Reeves is breaking into the open field. So, you know, where, you know, you're going to get Rison in the red zone, you know, at least you keep him out of the end zone, and you live to find another play.
So 15 yards tacked on to that horse collar penalty. That will put the ball at the 16, and as you mentioned, they are in the Glen St. red zone out of the I formation. We'll go back to Reeves. Reeves has a hole. He'll work his way forward for positive yards, a gain of about 4.
And you know what's interesting, and Steve and I talked about this in the first half, that blast play that they just ran right there has been the most successful play that they've had tonight. We wondered if they could do it out of the flex bone look, and they did it the play before. So now you got second and short.
Right back to him. He shakes one tackler. Not a lot of room there as they went to the short side of the field, and he is short.
Yeah, you'll see, you know, you'll see high school offenses do this a lot when they get on their hash, and they'll run to their hash a lot. A lot of it's just comfortability. You can see everything a lot better. But, you take the fact, too, that it's away from the Rviercrest coaches and what they can see.
Nice little reverse play, and he's going to be shoved down to the 5, and they needed a 4-yard gain. Forward progress is going to...
Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
They did.
Well, we talked about it, starting the half. They've got to get points here, and they put themselves in good position for it. I think you're going to see Christian Reeves a couple more times to try to get this ball in the end zone.
Oh, no doubt. First and goal from the 6. Reeves has it. Reeves finding his way in. Touchdown, Rison. It's 30-12, and just like that, a minute 28 is all it took, Randy, and they're on the board.
And, I know Chris Vereen well, the head coach of Rison, and he's a good football coach, and he made a slight adjustment there where he's got in the flex bone, ran the play that was best for them in the first half, and that is that blast.
All right. Run similar play to the play before. He's upended, and I think he's short. He is short. And they do not get the 2-point conversion. It is 30-12 with 10:32 to play. You're watching Suncom Media, NEA Sports Net.
Pregame of Arkansas is a family-owned business serving Northeast Arkansas since 1961. Call 870-563-6811 for a free estimate on your termite and pest control. Pregame of Arkansas, we drive away your bugs.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
It's always fun to be here with Randy Coleman because I get to, of the 3 sports that are my favorite, football, basketball, baseball, this is the one that I always have a lot of learning to do, and Coach Coleman's always teaching me.
Well, I'm learning too. The one thing I love about this sport is it's ever evolving, and you've seen a lot of cool, innovative things that are kind of popular or trendy in football tonight. Rviercrest has done it some with the motion into blocking. Let's be honest, the flex bone in the state of Arkansas has really heated up with the popularity and the success that Harding University's had. So, you're always going to have people copycat what is successful, and I bet there's 20 schools in the state that now run the flex bone.
Kickoff again. That one's going deep. It's going to send the return man back. But a nice catch. Here he comes. Crosses the 30. He's at the 40. There's a flag, though. That's the 50 finally brought down. But Randy, I got a feeling this one's coming back.
Yeah, that's in the area of the old block in the back. Yep, block in the back. So they've spotted the flag. They're about 27, so it looks like, Rviercrest is going to have first and 10 from around the 12, 13-yard line.
What I can tell you from being behind the scenes in the first half and had the opportunity to walk down to the concession stand during the first half, these crowds on both sides, they brought decent crowds. They're very, very loud, and you can tell it's a playoff atmosphere.
There's no doubt. And hey, fun, prior to the game, 45 minutes before kickoff, I was at the concession stand, And I heard these older gentlemen saying that wherever the Cats are playing, you got to be there. Yeah. So they traveled all the way from Rison here, and you love that about high school football.
Absolutely. Going to go, fake the handoff, pass out into the open field, and we have a big-time play there from receiver Jacavion Williams. And that's the first down for the Colts.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I love about football. That is really just the progression of the triple option. I mean, that is inside zone, but the pitch man of what used to be out of the wishbone is now a guy running bubble on the outside.
Washington, big-time trouble. Good decision there to take the sack instead of trying to...
And they run the same exact play the other way. This time they take the pitch man. He's got nowhere to go with it. They get pressure on him and tackle him in the backfield.
A good adjustment there by Rison.
Yeah. It's you can tell that these are two of the storied traditions in the state of Arkansas because they're making adjustments, they're doing things right, they're making plays. It's got a little sloppy in the first half. I bet it cleans up here a little bit more in the second.
Handoff. Missed tackle, that's a nice pickup there for the Colts, and they get a bunch of yards back, and it's going to make it third down and manageable.
Yeah, that play, Chandler Reeves, who plays running back on the offense, is playing outside backer. That time he went for the big shot, didn't wrap up, got extra yards for Rviercrest.
Man in motion. Washington fires the sidelines, and it looked like he made the no, it's incomplete.
And
well defended.
One thing that's been interesting about the officiating tonight is they've let some plays go, and then they've been a little ticky on others. That time, both receiver and DB had hands all over each other, and the DB was able to break it up. But part of that I think is in a 5-man crew that we have tonight. The area about 10 yards down the field is hard for the officials to see. You usually get away with some stuff there.
So 4th and 6 in a punt situation, that is exactly what they'll do. A nice high kick that's going to take actually going to take a hop in the favor of the Wildcats, and they're going to get the ball in good field position at the 35-yard line.
All right, now this is a chance for Rison to make any sort of comeback that they've got in them. If they can put a score on the board here and cut it to a 2-possession game, then now we've got a football game again. So another big possession for Rison.
Definitely got a good field position, but not what they had on that last drive. So here we are, lined up this time out of that high. Hand off to Reeves. Reeves cuts back. He's fighting hard. Still on his feet. Still pushing. Still going. He's got a first down. He's picked up extra yards. Look at Reeves go as he crosses the 50 and finally down at the 46.
And right now that old momentum switching to the Rison side. And, Christian Reeves, sophomore, but he has been very impressive tonight. He just refused to go down there. Really got hit after about a 3-yard gain and then pushed the pile for another 13.
That was impressive. A very, very impressive run by Christian Reeves. Here we are again. And off he gets to the outside, down to the 30. He's going to try to cut back inside the 20, down past the 15 to the 14-yard line, and the Rison Wildcats, they're on a roll right now.
Yeah, and that's brother Christian Reeves with the carry there. That's brother Chandler Reeves, I'm sorry, on the carry there. Again, right now, you're seeing poor tackling from Rviercrest that is turning, plays into larger gains just by not getting the guy down. And I don't know if they're trying to strip the ball or what, but right now the tackling was poor on those last two plays.
First and goal, and now we've got a whistle and a flag.
Yeah, it looked like the wing back there may have moved a little bit. He tried to mask the movement by getting into a three-point stance, but the official on the far sideline was not going for it. Called a false start there.
They'll move him back to the 19-yard line. It's going to be first and 15. 7:12 to go here in the third quarter. Rison is driving. Pitch play to Christian Reeves. He loses his footing. Still somehow manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. He just lost his footing there.
Yeah, a little different formation. They compressed the formation a little bit. Probably, I know Harding University does this a lot where they'll tighten that receiver in to get a block on the inside backer and then pull guards out there to kick out the edge. That time, Rviercrest just did a good job of solidifying that edge and forcing him to cut back. He slips, and then they make a tackle for a loss.
Second and 14, ball at the 18-yard line. They go with another pitch play to the outside. He is going to be shoved out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. And we've got some extracurricular going on, and thankfully, one of the Colts teammates comes in. That was Buddha Harris getting to Kylan Sanders. He was frustrated there on that play, and a good job by Buddha to come in and calm him down.
And it looks like he got enough for a first down there, and now it's first and goal from the 4. It's playoff now. The tensions are, heightening a little bit. And Rison driving here right now. You could put a lot of pressure on this Rviercrest team if you get another score.
Going to line up out of the eye. Going back to Reeves. This time, nowhere to go. There's a flag. Is that possibly a hold?
I think it's got to be a hold from the wide hat at that position, which, thrown very quickly. Oh, okay. Now, here's what they've called right there. Anytime that there is a play where the ball has been snapped, you cannot go low and cut block unless it's done on the instant of the snap. So that's got to be your first movement. If there's any delay on either side, it's going to be a chop block, and that's what they called right there. So now it's still first and goal.
Half the distance, and now he's in for a touchdown. That one's Chandler Reeves, I believe, and all of a sudden, Randy, this is back to a football game.
Yeah, what we thought could have turned into a blowout and moving close to a mercy clock. Now Rison's right back in it. They get this 2-point conversion. Well, they've already cut it to a 2-score game, but they get this 2-point conversion with the kicker that they have. They've cut it to a touchdown and a field goal and tied it up.
Yeah, that's a very good point. They will go for 2. Lined up out of their usual formation. Pitch and cut back, and he has no chance of making it. Hit for a big loss. So it's 30-18, 5:58 going in the third quarter. You're watching the Suncom Media, NEA Sports Network.
It seems like our refrigerator trucks are everywhere.
Well, we kind of are.
At Refrigerators, we're always helping our customers and our community. We're always on call, always on move, always on top.
Dr. Reggie Coleman is a proud supporter of the Rviercrest Colts. His office is located at 700 West Kaiser Avenue at St. Bernard's First Care in Osceola. Dr. Coleman wishes the Rviercrest Colts good luck in tonight's game.
Back here, third quarter action. Randy, it was 30-6 to start the second half. And we were having conversations, how in the world, a team that runs the football, are they going to find a way to get back in this game? Are they going to have to throw it? And they have not thrown it one time. They have ran it right down the throat of Rviercrest, who did a very good job of stopping them. Now the Colts on a return, they get it at the 18, past the 30, and a return of about 20 yards, and good field position for the Colts. They need to respond right here.
Yeah, right here, you know, really Rviercrest just needs to put together a drive that gets 2 or 3 first downs to run the end of the quarter out. If anything, just to get some momentum back to keep Rviercrest off the field, or keep Rison off the field, because right now Rison's hot.
Devontae Washington is going to keep the football, and he is tackled by the shoestrings, but again.
Yeah, and you see, you know, Joe Lewis Ralph, number 7 for Rviercrest, is kind of the lead blocking back. He'll play tight end, he'll play in the slot. They motioned him a lot in the first half to be the lead blocker. That time they put him in the backfield as a halfback, but he you know, he's the lead blocker. So Rison is probably coaching their guys up that when 7's in there, he's probably going to take you to the play.
Washington's actually lined up at a receiver position, and there is nowhere to run on that play for Jaden Young. They sent Washington out in the receiver spot. Young ran the football, and you can also tell Washington came into this game favoring some sort of leg injury, and he's struggling right now.
Yeah, he's definitely got a distinct limp. Now, Jaden Young, you know, and I've watched Rviercrest a couple times this year, Jaden Young will line up at quarterback pretty frequently, usually as a change-up, but you know, if Cavante is not 100% and they're not going to throw the ball, now he becomes your main quarterback.
4:18 to go in the third. Look at a little trick play. Looky here, he got him. Cut back at the 45, across the 40, down the sidelines. He's going to be drug out of bounds. And what a nice little play to dial up by Coach Fleming and offensive coordinator Brett Harden, and the Colts are back in business.
Yeah, and that's just a great play call. So you've got Cavante Washington, who is limited in movement. Put him out at receiver. You run the reverse, but you run the quarterback on a rail route, and they throw it right to. I mean, just a great play call, great execution, great athletes making big plays.
All right. It went out of bounds, so the clock stops at 4:06. 1st and 10 from the 23. Young keeps, he's up the middle, and he's brought down hard. Probably would like a face mask or something on that tackle. They're not going to get one, and it's 1st down.
Well, you know, pregame, I said that Jaden Young could be the silver bullet in this game, and for the first quarter, I almost got proven wrong. He didn't touch it. But then the second quarter and now into the third, he's proven to be a difference maker, and he's an impressive player.
He's got some elite speed, I can tell you that. Young is going to keep again. Young stays up the middle. Young spins, brought down across the 5 and around the 4-yard line, actually to the 3.
Yeah, just a little, I mean, you got a little cross fake there, almost dart type blocking, which would be the tackle would pull and be the lead blocker, almost in you know, the old power play, just a little variation of it. But Jaden Young there, instead of following the tackle, he cuts it back inside and makes a big gain. Now you got 2nd and goal from the, well, it's not 2nd and goal.
Young that time was all by himself in the backfield. It was a direct snap. He had nowhere to go, maybe a half yard on the play. So it's going to make it 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2 from the 3, so you can get a first down without a touchdown. I would.
Well, I firmly believe they're going to go on a 4th down situation.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
So they got 2 plays to work with. Young stays at the quarterback position. Washington, I don't believe, is in the football game.
Now watch number 7. Usually they run behind number 7, which they did. I don't know that everybody got set on that one.
We're about to find out, and it's going to be a big penalty that goes against the Colts on the false start. That's huge because that goes from 3rd and 2. Now it's 3rd and 7. You got to get down to the 1 yard line to get the first down.
Well, I haven't seen Jaden Young throw the ball, but I bet he can throw it just because, typically good athletes can do that. But if I had to guess, I'd say watch where number 7 is, and you're going to see the ball run behind him. Yep.
And you got it, cut back, and man, oh man, I think he got the first down. So we're going to have a new set of downs, but he was stopped just shy of the end zone.
And if you're a Rviercrest Colt fan, that's probably the best scenario.
Yeah.
Now the clock's going to run some more. You have possession of it. You've got 4 downs to score from the 1 foot line. And if I were a betting man, I'd say 14's probably going to carry it again.
I think that that's a pretty safe bet. 1st and goal, ball at the 1. High snap. He cuts back. He will walk it in. Touchdown, Rviercrest. Touchdown, Jaden Young. And it's 36-18 Colts.
And that's just a great athlete making a play. I mean, that play is designed with 2 upbacks to go right up the middle. And he's like, well, there's all this space out here. Why don't I just run out here? And as a coach, you're going, no, go, 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 go. And it's a touchdown.
Minute 8 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Rison had scored twice to start the 2nd half. But the Colts come away with a big response here on the 1 yard touchdown run from Jaden Young, who accumulated a ton of yards on that drive. But Randy, the one that you're going to remember is that trick play.
Yeah, I mean, Kavonte Washington, who came out of the game after that, obviously is having some issues with that knee that's bothered him all year long. But Coach Harden dials up a play where it's a reverse to a rail route. I mean, that's just beautiful, and the execution was flawless. And turned in some, a long yardage situation where if they don't make something happen, they may have to punt the ball. And now, you got points on the board, and you've cut that momentum off that Rison had gained.
So injured player comes off the field, and now they'll go for 2. Flag flies, and I'm trying to see, is that Kylan Sanders that's down, number 3? They
yes.
Up off the field.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's all right.
And I bet right there we got slight movement by the receiver.
Okay.
Now they did this in the first half where they were attempting a 2-point conversion and got a penalty, and then brought the field goal unit out, and we got that again right now.
Okay, so They will attempt the extra point here. It is up and it is good. 37 to 18. A minute 8 to play here in the third quarter. You're watching the Suncom Media NEA Sports Network.
Whatever might happen next, if Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
Guns Supermarket specializes in the groceries your family needs. Come visit us in Wilson, Arkansas and see what we have to offer. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it at Guns Supermarket.
Here to Cortez Kennedy Field, where the Colts are leading this one 37 to 18 late here in the third quarter. And the Colts just scored a touchdown. They're going to kick a line drive that's going to be fielded and returned past the 40 to the 45, down to the 50. Reeves still, and he'll finally be brought out of bounds. They're going to get the football in Colt territory at the 32-yard line.
This Rison team is a completely different team than we saw in the first half. They've got energy. They just seem a little more explosive. Christian Reeves has basically said, okay, I'm going to take this game and put it on my back, and let's see what happens.
Well, you know what? He's obviously their go-to guy, and you want that out of your stud. So they've got time, but they've got to hurry. Reeves has the football. Reeves, just a huge hole. Let's say that first. There was a huge hole right there on that play, Randy, for him to run through. He doesn't need a whole lot to work with.
No, he doesn't. He's long. He doesn't take many strides, and he's already gained a lot of yards. You think that's like a 5-yard gain? You look up, it's first down.
All right. Back out of the eye, Reeves will get the football that time. Good job on that particular play by the Colts. And there's a flag. Rison initially had some players clapping, acting like that play might go against the Colts.
Yeah, it could be another chop. Face mask. Okay. Yeah. That's the third face mask of the game for Rviercrest. Now, the last two did not cost them. Now, they wasn't in this area of the field. That's going to put them near the 10-yard line, and Rviercrest and behind Christian Reeves, they're really finding their stride here in the third quarter.
Clock starts to roll again with now 25 seconds left here. 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Wildcats. Chandler Reeves is going to get it. He will be dropped at about the 5, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5. I got a score update over at Valley View. The Blazers were leading at 35-34. Morrilton has scored. They went for 2, and now they lead at 42-35 with 3:48 to go over in Jonesboro on the campus of Valley View.
Wow.
So a good one there. We got a good one here. It is 37-18. You're watching the Suncom Media NEA Sports Network.
If you have to lift, kick, catch, hit, run, pitch, crossover, try again, and again, and again, you need Way-Good. With 15 grams of protein and only 90 calories, the original protein shake on a stick was created to fuel you to victory. Find us online, or if you're ready to refuel today, shoot us an email at coach@way-good.com.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
Here at Cortez Kennedy Field, and it is fourth quarter time. Rison has the football at the 5. Handoff, and he's short of the touchdown, but he's close to getting the first down, Randy. I think he's short, though, of that as well.
Yeah, We've had a couple of short yard situations near the goal line where you could have a first down and then a yard for a touchdown.
Sure have.
You may get the old tush push here.
Yep. Uh-oh, I think they got going a little bit too soon, though.
Yep. And a lot of times that kind of quarterback sneak can go on pressure where, when the quarterback puts his hands under center, the center snaps it. Well, if you're out there on the edge and you're thinking as soon as he bends over, basically, he's going, you get a little antsy. So,
well, things are a little bit different now. 3rd down and 6. And there's a dog pile right here. No whistle. And they're going to push him into the end zone. I do not see a signal. Where's the signal, Randy? They're in the end zone.
Well.
And I never heard a whistle.
That is interesting.
So they got the first down. I don't know how in the world.
Listen, I'm usually not speechless, but I didn't hear a whistle. I know you didn't hear a whistle. We end up in the end zone, but we don't get a touchdown call, and now Rison has got 1st and goal from the 1. I bet we see the old tush push again.
I would say so. We're about to find out. That's what it is, and still no signal. And they're across. There it is, finally.
Hey,
signal.
Ryan, I'm sorry. This is probably unprofessional, but the quarterback is in the back of the end zone with the ball, and they're looking at the goal line trying to determine if it's a touchdown. It's comical. I'm sorry.
Well, 2 in a row, too, is the thing there. So, bottom line is, Rison has scored, and they are taking a timeout here with the 37-24 lead. Let's go ahead and send it to a quick break.
For over 20 years, Central Dealerships has partnered with Suncom Media and NEA Sports to bring you live coverage of sporting events in Northeast Arkansas.
From heated rivalry games to conference showdowns along with playoff championship action, Central Dealerships continues to showcase the best games that NEA has to offer. Remember, when shopping local, Central Dealerships have played a huge role highlighting local players. Just like Suncom Media and NEA Sports, Central Dealerships puts NEA student athletes first.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day.
All right, we are back here at Wilson, Arkansas. The Colts leading this one 37-24. The Wildcats are lined up to go for 2 to make this an 11-point game.
Which, again, you bring up the kicker. That's a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal from if they can get this.
They run it, they're in, and the 2-point conversion is good. So it is 37-26. This is a wild one, folks. Stay tuned. You're watching the Suncom Media NEA Sports Network.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
We are back here at the Tez, as they like to call it. 10:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Rison to kick off after scoring the touchdown. And we've got a return coming past the 20, and he's not going to get much further than that. That's really good coverage by special teams for the Wildcats.
Yeah, just a great job, and you know, the return man tries to cut back to the middle and runs into his own player, and then, Rison swarms him to make the tackle. That's probably the best special teams coverage we've seen tonight by either team.
I fully agree. There's been some big plays on special teams on returns.
Now, Cavante Washington is back in the game. Saw him working, just putting some tape on him. They're probably just trying to get him through the game where they can reevaluate. But the guy's a gamer.
Oh, yeah. Play action, throws on a slant route over the middle is incomplete, and pass was thrown a little bit high and out of the reach of the intended receiver, Jacavion Williams.
Yeah, they just try all slants there. You got slants. So basically, he could pick which side of the field he wants to go to. Typically, the quarterback's, he's going to go towards the side he's faking to just because your head's turned that way. It's open, just a little bit off target.
Washington rolls right. He finds a man complete. First down for Rviercrest as they cross the 30, or right at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a real nice play there. Wow.
Oh,
they call a hold on Rviercrest.
Big. Give you a little update in Valley View, 32 seconds to go. It's tied up 42 all, and Morrilton has the ball at about the 15-yard line. So I don't know the down and distance, but from the 15, and there's a timeout being taken by a team there. So a wild one at Valley View. We got a wild one here at Rviercrest. And Randy, I don't know if the last time we were looking at the Newport score, they were playing Mansfield. Mansfield was up on them.
Yeah, it was 20-8 in the third quarter. The last time I saw, I haven't seen an update since then.
All right, so second down and 20 out of the gun. Washington fires it deep down the field. One-on-one coverage. He was being held, and there's no calls. Oh, my. That looked like clear pass interference, Randy.
Well, here's what I'll say, and I know money's probably a factor, and when it comes to playoffs and all that, but when there's a five-man crew, kind of the structure of it, you've got your white hat and umpire who are behind and in front of the ball. You've got your side judge and your line judge that are on the line of scrimmage. That leaves a back judge who basically has, 53 1/3 yards of width to try to see everything. It's hard for him to see.
Oh, I agree with that. And Washington was met under pressure. Pass was underthrown, incomplete, and that is 4th down. And you make a good point about that. But Randy, it's definitely not going to be a shortage of official situation because you have less teams playing at this point.
Yeah,
they should have more guys out there.
I agree, and I don't know what all kind of structure that they have in place, and it could be that it's only a 5-man crew, and they try to keep crews together. But I just think when it comes to big playoff games, you need to have the bigger crew because you got more coverage of the field.
Absolutely. And you made a good point. That is a really difficult job for the official to make when he has that much field to cover. And you can see where he was at in comparison to where the play was. That is a punt that is not going very far. It was high, and it's going to be down at the 31-yard line. So the Rison Wildcats get the football with 9:42. Their crowd is ecstatic right now. You can clearly feel the momentum. I can't even talk. The momentum on that side of the field.
And you can just look at body language by both teams and kind of see where this game is right now. And if they get a score right here and cut it to a one-possession game, I mean, the tension really will ramp up on Rviercrest.
No doubt about it. Handoff. Goes to the hands of Christian Reeves, and they're moving the football. And here's you an update, Randy. The Valley View Morrilton game is going into overtime. Obviously, I've been watching this one. Don't know what happened there. But if I'm the Blazers, I'm counting that as a win at the moment because with Morrilton having the football with 30 seconds to go and they fail to score, that's huge.
That is huge.
All right. 9 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in this one. 2nd down and 6. Quarterback throws. He's got a man open. It's underthrown, and it's nearly intercepted, but it is incomplete.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Coach Vereen makes a really aggressive play call on 2nd and short. Has 2 guys streaking wide open. The ball's just underthrown. Now, the one thing that you can, look at from a coaching standpoint, that was a good play to take a shot on because you got 2 downs to get a 1st down if it's unsuccessful. But you had, you're kind of running at will, and then you try to make that pass. So.
All right, 3rd and 6. Reeves has the football, and he is short. A gain of 3, but well short of the 1st down. It's going to make it 4th and about 4 with 8:45 to go. So, obviously, I was made aware that they have a kicking game here, but that's a long field goal.
Yeah, I don't think it's a little too far. That'd be a 41-yard field goal. If I were a betting man, I'd say that Rison lines up in the I, and they run blast to the right side of the field because that's what they've had the most success with tonight.
They're out of the I. Handoff Reeves. Reeves fighting hard, but he's not going to make it. The Colts come away with a huge defensive stop. That might end up being one of the plays, if not the play of the game, with 8:05 to go here in the final quarter.
And that's big because of 2 things. One, you got a guy wide open, on 2nd down that you just underthrow, and it could have been a touchdown. But 2, Christian Reeves, who runs so hard, he's long. If he gets a little bit of lean there right at the end of it and gets another, half a football, it's a 1st down, and they're still driving. Now, Rviercrest really needs to put a drive together and get 2 or 3 1st downs to run some clock.
Definitely. That's Young. Young keeps the football. He's to the outside past the 30. He'll go out of bounds at the 35. 1st down for the Colts.
Yeah, and I mentioned in pregame that the guy that has just impressed me all year long. Every time I've seen them play, he's kind of stood out to me. And, this is one of those where he kind of gives the defensive player a little stutter step and then beats him to the edge.
Blazers on the verge of scoring in overtime as they've got it at the 5-yard line. Update over there, 7:57 to go here. Handoff. Nobody's going to stop him. He's headed to the end zone. Jacavion Williams with a huge touchdown run of 63 yards.
And hey, let's give credit where credit is due. All night long we've talked about how good the athletes for Rviercrest are, and they are. But right there, Rison has the box stacked, and the offensive line for Rviercrest makes a gaping hole, and he hits it, and he's gone. Great job by Rviercrest offensive line.
Tell you what, Jacavion Williams looks bigger than 5'10" to me. It's a great run. Looks like a heck of an athlete. And it's 43-26. Colts on top. They're going for two. Young in the gun. High snap. Somehow he evades multiple tackles, and he gets in for the 2-point conversion. And Randy, it's a 45-26 game, and that might have been the straw that broke the Wildcats back.
Yeah, and you just got to hate it for Rison, who is right there on the doorstep of cutting it to a one-score game, and they just don't, and now it's gone to a 19-point lead.
Let's take a break and be back here in a moment.
At Roof Raiders, we never start with pushing a contract in your face. Because our first job isn't selling anything, it's protecting you in a time of need. Like supplying tarps or stopping leaks, our first duty at Roof Raiders is to help. Every mission for us starts with response and ends with unconditional satisfaction. Count on it and count on us. Roof Raiders, always on top.
Have returned here to Cortez Kennedy Field. The Colts have scored. Now they onside kick. It's not going to go in the direction they want. Flag will fly, and now Rison has the football in a really good spot.
Yeah, and that's the third time that, Rviercrest has tried to directionally kick short, and it hasn't gone 10 yards. That time, it actually went nowhere. You kick off from the 40. It ended up at the 40. It's going to be illegal touching because the kicking team was the first team to touch it without it going 10 yards, so you get an extra 5 yards. So Rison back with great field position at the plus 35.
Well, and it is so crazy how a game can change in just a matter of seconds, Randy. I mean, they had the ball at the 31 just a minute ago, had all the momentum, and here they find themselves down by 19. And again, with good field position, but time is of the essence.
Yeah, time is of the essence. They don't throw the ball or throw it well. It's going to have to be done on the ground, and then you're going to have to be forced to get into a onside kick, and if it's unsuccessful, now the Rviercrest would have great field position. But
look at this. Strong runs tonight by the Wildcats.
Yeah, Christian Reeves is an impressive player. He's a sophomore, right?
That is what's most impressive.
And and you look at number 7, who's a fullback and one of their good players too. He's a sophomore. The future's pretty bright in Rison, Arkansas.
Well, I can't imagine what his numbers will end up before he graduates. There's a huge hole. It's finally they closed the gap there, but a nice pickup on first down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that time, Christian Reeves still lined up at quarterback, but they give the ball. It's almost like all right, Christian, here's your play to get your win back. Get ready to go again.
Okay, 2nd and 4, down to 6:20. Reeves takes the snap, and they're saying a fumble. I've yet to see a signal, and there it is. The Colts have forced a fumble, and they'll get the football with 6:11 to play. Wow.
Wow, that's right. And if one thing that you got a young player who's playing hard, you hate it for him. That's his 2nd fumble tonight.
Yeah.
And it's always trying to get extra yards.
Well, I mean, yeah, and Randy, he's in a situation where I'm sure he feels like he's got to do that.
I think you're right. Yep. There's no doubt.
You can't blame the kid, and you've seen what he's been. He drugged 6 players a minute ago for 20 extra yards.
Yeah.
They go with the handoff here, and just trying to run some clock off now.
Yeah, Rviercrest is in a point where let's take as much time in between each play.
Here's your score update and a final at Valley View. The Blazers have won it. They are storming the field, 49-42. Good for Valley View as they advance to the semifinals, and they'll host next week. Only, I believe, the second Final Four appearance in school history. I believe that is.
Yeah, I want to say the other one was back in 2010, maybe.
Yeah,
Shannon Sherman.
Was that? It was definitely with Shannon Sherman, and the quarterback I remember was Noah Johns. They had a good team that year. Obviously, Young's going to get the carry. And he's spun forward close to the first down. Now, for those that are watching this game and are tired of hearing those updates, I can quit now. That game's over. And what you got right here is a Colts team that is very much in command right now. Randy, I gotta admire the way Rison came out in the second half.
Oh,
really
there's no
made this
doubt.
a football game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. They and I think that's a sign of good coaching when you go into the locker room at halftime, make some adjustments, and come out and play well.
Here he goes up the middle and across the 25. Late flag coming in, another flag, and now things are getting testy out there.
Yeah, I mean it's here's what, I know people in the stands or on TV or whatever, they're like, can't believe these kids are acting like that. But, pretty much anymore, there is no downtime.
Right.
You are either training or practicing or preparing for the next season. And that's a lot of time to finally see it as a high school player slipping away from you.
Yeah.
Where you and it causes some emotions in there that kind of get bottled up, and they got to come out some way, and so I hope people out there aren't getting too upset that there's some penalties like this. Now let's hope we can get it under control.
Right.
But it's understandable.
Well, and unsportsmanlike was called on both teams right there, so the penalties will offset. But, Randy, the biggest point I think that you make there is that there are kids on this field that have been playing this sport their whole life, and it's what they've devoted so much of their life to, and they love it. They love it with all their heart. And there's kids out there on that field that are never going to get to play again. And, of course, emotions are going to be high. And, I think you take that into consideration more than anything. I've always said one of the saddest things that I watch is when a high school athlete plays the sport he or she loves for the last time.
Yeah. I remember it distinctly. I did not want to take off my pads. I didn't want to do it. I can remember sitting in the locker room at Little Rock Central.
Yeah.
and just wanting to make it last as long as possible.
Well, and you know they're grown, pretty much grown men out there at this point, and you don't see grown men cry very often.
Nope.
When this point of their life hits, and it's one of those feelings that you don't know it until it's happened.
Yep. Well, you do like seeing some of that right there when the offensive and defensive linemen get to the line of scrimmage, they shake hands. So, you know, good sportsmanship is winning, but there's some, you know, guys that are just frustrated.
Well, here's another big run. Down the sidelines, Young cuts back. He's brought down without going out of bounds while the clock will stop to move the chains. The clock will continue to run.
Well, thank you, Jaden Young, for you know, making me at least know a little bit about talent, and I just have been so impressed with that young man in the games that I've seen. And I look, hey, you know, if you're drafting teams or you're recruiting on the college level, yeah, you probably want Buda Harris and Cavante Washington first. But if you're trying to win games, Jaden Young is a guy you want to have on the team.
Flags fly on the play. I'll say this. That official's chunking that flag about 50 yards high in the air before it lands. I'm impressed by that.
It's pretty impressive. And just to go on my point about Jaden Young, you know, Cavante Washington is what makes this team go. Let's not you know say something that's not true. But you don't have guys very often that can play multiple positions and affect the game like they did. And Jaden Young, when Cavante is, you know, having injury problems, slides over the quarterback and makes just as big as impact as he does at receiver.
No doubt about that. Got another unsportsmanlike call that's going to scoot the Colts up even further towards the end zone with 3:30 to go. It's going to make it 1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, and I don't know if they just called 2 on him, if he was ejected, but or if Coach Vereen just took the young man out. Yeah. But obviously the official over there heard or saw something that he deemed flag worthy.
I'm going to go handoff to Sanders. There's flags flying all over the place. Actually, that was Williams, not Sanders, excuse me.
And I will further your point there that the flag tossing by this crew has been really impressive, whether it's horizontal or vertical, because those are some pretty impressive
I feel
throws.
like they've got them some kind of maybe rocks inside those things or something. It's allowing them to get a little bit more air under it. I don't know, but it's something.
Well, I know Coach Fleming is trying to just milk this clock and get to the house at this point.
And, you know, absolutely do that. Get everybody out of here. Obviously, tensions are high. You don't want a player getting ejected or anything like that because they've got business to take care of next week.
No doubt.
He's got the football. Young to the outside. Young's headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Rviercrest. 18-yard touchdown run by Jaden Young.
Yeah, he's good.
He's made you look really smart.
I'm telling you, I appreciate you. I'll send him his money in the mail this week. It's you know, you just watch him play, and then you look at the stat sheet, and you know, the one thing that jumped out to me, you know, just getting prepared for the game tonight, he had 21 touchdowns, 12 for receiving, 6 for rushing. He had an interception return for a touchdown. He had a punt return for a touchdown. I mean, the guy just makes an impact in every aspect of the game, and you just can't overlook it.
Extra point is up and good. It's 52-26, 2:31 to go in the football game. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Dr. Reggie Collum is a proud supporter of the Rviercrest Colts. His office is located at 700 West Kaiser Avenue at St. Bernard's First Care in Osceola. Dr. Collum wishes the Rviercrest Colts good luck in tonight's game.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance.
Think you have a brake problem? Do you hear a grinding or squeaking noise? Or does your steering wheel shake and shimmy when you apply the brakes? Worse, your vehicle doesn't stop when you need it to? If so, Gateway Tire will do a complete brake inspection at no charge, as in free. And if you do need brake service, you'll get $20 off per axle.
At Gateway Tire, we go the distance for you.
We have returned here to Cortez Kennedy Field. It's 52-26 with 2:31 to go here in the game. Randy, just trying to keep up with some other scores from around the area. You mentioned Osceola was winning.
Yeah, Osceola was winning by 20 in the third quarter, the last I saw. Haven't been able to check any scores because I don't want to take my hands out of my pockets.
I don't blame you. Well, and got a return crossing the 40. They may bring this one back to the house. He's got a man to beat.
Except we got a flag over here.
20, 10, 5. Touchdown, but it looks like it may not stand as there is a flag all the way back at the 30-yard line.
Hey, Ryan, he just threw a flag from the 47 to the 28.
Wow.
And that was his backup flag.
I'm telling you right now, those flags are laced with something. I've never seen flags fly that far. Either that or Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes are out there reffing tonight.
That's impressive and unfortunate all on the same play because, again, you got Christian Reeves who makes a great return, breaks tackles, gets in the open field, outruns everybody to the end zone.
And he'll look back on the film and be like, hey, you didn't have to do that. I was going to score anyway.
Right.
Especially on special teams when you see things like that happen, so obviously sometimes it happens and it affects the play, but then there are times when it doesn't, and I'd like to know a statistic on how often that really happens.
Yeah, well, we talked about it in the first half where I want to say it was even Jaden Young ran right, cut back across the field, and when he did, Rviercrest blocked in the back. Right there, Christian Reeves starts up the right side and then cuts it back up, to the left sideline. And I think anytime there's that change of direction, it makes it,
They're having to throw the football. It's underthrown, incomplete. So, 2nd and 10. And now a flag comes in late. I think that one's going to go against Rison.
Yeah, I think they get Christian Reeves right there for making a comment towards the official. I think he was wanting pass interference and didn't get it, and so they throw the flag. If I'm Coach Fleming, and it looks like he is, I'm running as many backups in there as I can in case something happens, and because you don't want to lose a player next week.
Got a couple of little guys out there right now. I don't know if there's some freshmen out on the field or what.
I bet at this point you know, they'll definitely bring some freshmen up. I want to say Steve said when he came to practice this week that they had 10 freshmen they called up, and I bet you're getting some of those guys out there. Get a little taste of it.
Yeah, I mean, heck, if I'm out there and I haven't played much or I'm in my first ever playoff game, I'm doing everything I can to get a tackle or something. You know?
Daggum right.
Chance maybe the interception if they try to throw the football. Then you can always tell your kids, hey, I got an interception in our playoff game. Down to a minute and 40.
Yeah, and, you know, you're kind of just going through the motions at this point. But, you know, like you were saying earlier, this is the last time some of them are going to be able to put on a uniform, and they want to finish it out playing just as hard as they were at the first snap of the game.
2nd and 10. Another big pickup here for the Wildcats down the sidelines. He's got one man to beat. He's in for a touchdown. Rison, a huge run of 61 yards. And the Rison Wildcats will score and make it 52-32.
Yeah, and just, you know, it's that little counter play that we've seen several times tonight. He gets the sideline and just outruns everybody to the pylon.
So Rison going for 2, down 20 with 1:07 to play. And quarterback scrambling now. He's got a man wide open in the end zone, and the two-point conversion is good. It's 52-34. We're going to stay right here. And want to remind everyone that we do have a huge basketball schedule coming up that will start around December the 10th, I believe. I'm waiting on that graphic to come up on the screen. And there it is. I was right. December the 10th, first game is Brooklyn at Truman. I believe a 13-game schedule. That also includes one that I want to make note of. On January 28th, the Rviercrest Colts, the boys on the hardwood, will travel to Manila, where we'll cover that game. We always like to do a Rviercrest game every year. And, Randy, the Colts are as good in basketball as they are in football. They got a chance to make a really strong run and potentially win a state championship.
How many of these guys do you know are playing on that team?
Well, I know for one I was concerned for is Devontae Washington, because not only do they need him to be healthy for football, they need him healthy for basketball as well. But there are several on this team that will play both sports. So, several, to answer your question. Kick's going to go out of bounds. Flag will fly, and that'll move the football up. And the Colts will likely, I would imagine, take some knees here.
I think so. I'm just a little disappointed by the official there. That was a poor toss on the flag.
Only went 10 yards that time.
Yeah. I do think we need to report to the AAA that they do not need to aim that at any players.
No.
Somebody could get hurt.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because whatever they got in those things, it is.
It's something.
It's good because they can throw it.
1:07 to go here, 52-34 Rviercrest. What appeared to be an absolute blowout going into the half, 30-6. Rison came back, made it a 37-26 game, had the football at the Rviercrest 31, and they turned it over on downs, and that kind of turned the momentum. They'll take a knee on the play, and now the clock will begin to run out as we're under a minute. Randy, I have really enjoyed calling
Yes,
this
sir.
season with you. You and Steve did a fine job there in the first half, and I think he's down on the field, or he was. Now he may be gotten smart compared to the rest of us, and he might be in the car where the heat's on.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a little bit of time to get my toes warm again, but Ryan, I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I look forward to next year.
Yeah, it's fun stuff, and that, my friends, is gonna, I believe, do it as we are winding down. And as you see, both teams take the field to shake hands. Congratulations to the Rviercrest Colts as they have advanced out of this playoff game as they have beaten Rison 52-34. Any final thoughts, Randy?
No, I just, as a NEA homer, I'm cheering for Rviercrest and Osceola and whoever in the NEA that's the Valley View, whoever's left. We hope they go deep in the playoffs, and we'll be cheering for them.
No doubt about that. With all that being said, we want to thank Rviercrest for having us here. Remind everyone to stay tuned to our Facebook pages on Suncom Media and NA Sports for our basketball schedule that will be released. We'll have 3 games in December. We are going to take a much-needed break. Want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. For our entire crew, for Steve Clayton, for Randy Coleman, I'm Ryan Fletcher saying so long, everybody.
In live video, right?
Yes.